correctly.
Wow.
Well, that little butt caker. Have you ever seen his seat?
A great big ginormous seat.
Oh yeah, it should say lazy boy across it. Not because
him.
he's lazy, but lazy boy. I mean, it has like 3 buttons on it.
Not for small booties.
Yes, it has air control on it. So you can like make it softer, harder. Hell, if I know it might even vibrate. But
you know they make those.
Watch it there the way you're describing it.
Maybe that's why his wife likes riding.
Maybe that's why she likes to ride. I just have to pick on him because he we have our little page, and I said, "Ooh, I got my headset." He says, "You girl."
Wow.
And I'm laughing because I'm like, really? Coming from the guy that has a seat on a motorcycle that looks like a friggin' pillow?
Big enough for Buddha to ride?
Oh, Buddha's ass would get swallowed in this seat.
And how often
now, I'm not going to
ride?
lie. I'm not going to lie. It's probably the most comfortable seat on the planet.
I wonder if it's air cooled too.
But you can't knock me for getting a headset and you're riding a pillow. That's kind of an oxymoron. But it's funny. He's like, you girl. I'm thinking, hold on now. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Right.
You think that I'm silly because I want to talk to my wife and or be able to communicate with the other bikes if we're traveling in a pack. So you think that's silly, but somebody might look at your seat and think it's silly, right? But you're like, well, at least I'm riding comfortably. Well, I mean, everybody's entitled, man. I told him, I said in the message, because even Joe Leeper jumped in and was laughing. Because I said, Leeper's got one too. You know, you want to pick on somebody, I was throwing Leeper under the bus a little bit. But truthfully, the whole thing that gets me, and of course, one of my club members, friends or something, send me a dirty message for this, but I don't care because it's my right to express my feelings. Everybody gets on these motorcycles and they're like, I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to put on my ragged jeans and I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to be a badass. And then they join a club where somebody tells them how they have to dress, how they have to act, what they have to wear. I thought being a rebel was the fact that you answered to nobody.
Right.
Yep.
Not being told what to do and what to wear. So I just think it's funny.
Oh, I've always thought it was hilarious.
He says I have to keep my ace nice.
Ace nice
for your boyfriend?
I don't know. But truthfully, you know, last night I put my headset in my helmet and was walking around talking on it, making sure it worked good. And my wife's like, "You're right, you do look like an old man now." And I said, "I'm okay with that. I'm at least going to try to make it to be an old man." You know, if I'm going to ride on the expressway, me and her had a huge debate yesterday, and all my bike listeners will get this when we have this conversation. You guys know because you ride. You'll get what I'm saying. But my wife, she's a passenger. She doesn't get it. She hasn't been riding nearly as long as I have, nearly as long as some of you guys have. So she says to me, I just don't understand why you're leaving on a Wednesday. That's like an additional $25 to stay in a hotel that you're only going to get there and you're only going to go to sleep. And I went, but she's like, what? I said, for us, it's safer to leave at 8 or 8:30 at night. It gets dark at this point in time. It'll be August, so to get dark about 9:30, right? So in our mind, even if we catch a little bit of darkness on 75 North, we will be outside of the perimeter. By the time it probably gets dark on us, we'll probably at least be above Marietta, which is a little safer. I said, if you think about the reality, we see a little bit of dark in the evening time is safer than the 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, because if you think about it, anybody that 6 a.m. is on the way to work, they're hauling ass, they're playing on Facebook, they're half awake, they're drinking their coffee,
putting on makeup,
they're pissed off having to get to work.
They're just not paying attention.
And they're not paying attention. I said, I would rather be 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. dealing with 285 than 6 a.m. dealing with 285. I said, because if you think about it, Chriswood Ravens, for us to leave my house at 5, that means he's going to have to get up at 3.
Yeah.
To be leaving his house by 4, to be guaranteed to be here by 5. So he had already said, dude, I'm going to have to spend the night at your house. There's no way I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, plus, if we go to Adairsville first and spend the night, we've shaved, even though it may be an hour and 30-minute ride, it's 2 hours of our trip saved.
Right.
Because we have to stop and pick up more people along the way at Chamblee Tucker. So in my mind, that's still 2 hours shaved. So if we would have tried to do all this on Thursday, we'd have to get up at 3. She's like, well, wait till after traffic. I said, but then that puts us behind.
Right.
Because you're looking at it, if we left and went from here straight to there, it'd be a 5-hour trip. Then
Plus you're having to stop every 75 miles for Jeff anyway.
79.
Excuse me, 79.
Yeah. Hey, 4 miles on that motorcycle matters. But the problem too is you're talking a 5-hour trip and then a 2 to 3 hour tour.
Right.
So you're going to ride 5 hours and then go walk around for 3 hours possibly?
No.
That's going to make a hard day. So I said, let's just shave 2 hours off. We wake up bright and early, or however, whether it's bright and early or not, we wake up in Adairsville and we're looking at the mountains. We go get us a little country cooking and then go on, cut on through the mountains. I said, that's how we want to wake up. We like anytime we go to bike week, it's easier to leave the night before because we want to wake up and start our trip. Not on the way to the trip. We want to wake up and be at the trip. And that's just a bike thing. But really and truthfully, it is safer to catch people in the evening time and riding a little bit than it is in the morning time. In the morning time, it's just dangerous. I would rather take a chance of leaving Metro Atlanta, meaning being above Marietta when the sun goes down, rather than us driving from where we're at into the hell before the sun come up. I remember used to at 6:10, I knew in my service truck, if I was going into the ATL and I lived in Snellville, I had to come down 124 and I had to get on I-20 at 6:10, not 6:11. I'm no lie. It was like a wave of cars coming out of Covington. If I was a couple minutes late, I could literally see as I'm getting on the exit ramp, I could see the hundreds of headlights coming from Conyers. So that would be the same thing for us. We would not want to be on I-20 at 6. We already know that's dangerous. I would rather just go ahead and say, hey, fellas, let's leave like 8 o'clock that night. That puts us there at 9:30. We're okay with that. Philip had said he's going to have to work all day or what have you. That's why I said, just put the bike on the trailer and ride in the minivan, throw the seat back, close your eyes. We're still going. You know, now
I believe he's going to take the days off.
Yeah. He said something about that.
Yeah.
And then I told Denise to let her husband know that.
Now, is he going to go or no?
I threw it out there because I was like, let him know, because truly, if we're going, if the van's going and Mike's going and Travis is going, we wanted those two guys to experience the same thing we're doing, just minus the motorcycle. And then it was like, well, hell, if those two are going, why not David? If David could take days off or if he has them, I don't want to compromise their family, in their time, but at the same time, why not, So, it just, all right, let me look at this. Do you have a cane so you can walk around? Matter of fact, I do.
Who's asking if you have a cane?
Ravens. But these goobers forget that I've had 2 back surgeries and I have nerve damage. Technically I'm supposed to walk on a cane. And you know what?
He's cracking all these jokes on you, and you watch. Something's going to happen to him.
Yeah, you watch. He'll throw his back out. No, he'll throw his back out by sleeping on a bad bed or something. Right. But no, technically. But actually, after my second surgery, Ravens, I hope your butthole burns for making that joke. After my second surgery, I woke up with severe nerve damage where they cut one of my nerves to my leg, and I actually had to walk on a cane as I went through therapy for several months. So I hope you feel bad for that. But I'm actually supposed to walk on a cane, but I actually had to go 2 years of therapy, sir, to teach myself how to walk again. So I hope you feel guilty for making that crazy joke.
Jacob said you could use his cane.
I do use your cane, homie. It's sitting right there.
I was going to ask if you ever gave it back.
No, he left it. Well, it was on the bus because if y'all remember, not this last Easter, but the Easter before, when I threw my leg out, when I dislocated my knee and my ankle due to my nerve damage, Ravens renovation, I ended up saying, man, I need a cane. I couldn't find mine. And then I went, ooh, I know where Jacob's cane is. So I actually used his cane for a couple of weeks till I got my
cane thief
leg a little better.
He's stealing from the handicap.
So Jeff Matthias, my brother Brad wants to go think Rob can get a motor put on his wheelchair. Oh yeah.
That's
So
funny.
it's funny watching all these people.
It's gonna be funny. You know, it started off like 4 or 5 people, and then you're gonna wind up with like 25 or 30.
Oh look, this is funny. I'm gonna save this. Brett just sent this, making jokes of Raven's motorcycle seat, and I'm gonna send that to Raven.
That's funny.
Actually, I'm gonna go throw it on the man page because that's just too
That's
funny.
about right.
It is. It's just about right. That's freaking hilarious.
Oh, Jacob's like, it's not stealing.
It's not stealing.
It's reappropriating.
That's right. Well, the thing is too is he's like, I'm gonna leave it here so I have it next time.
Right.
I don't even think he used it.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. That's how he was getting back and forth in the bathroom.
This last time?
Well, duh. What do you think we were talking about?
I didn't know because he didn't use it at my house.
Because it was here, Stephanie.
Okay. For all we know, Scottie might have made him go outside and go to the bathroom.
Probably. I was gonna make him use the litter box. It would have been a lot simpler. Did you see? No, I don't think you were in the page yet when I sent him the picture of the bathroom that I had set up for him. I took Ashley's bath chair and put it over the top of the litter box, and I said, "Here, Jacob, I got your toilet fixed up."
Wow.
Man, you wouldn't be dirty like that, would you?
No.
Not at all?
No. Not at all.
Well, I just think all of it's going to be funny. You know, everybody's excited. I told a couple of the guys, we stopped in the Cycle World. I told a couple of the guys that work there about it, and they're just like, man, that's kind of a cool idea. And what was funny is Shay is one of the guys that work at Cycle World. He's like, you know, I'm not into that partying and bar hopping. I went, this is 100% not that. He goes, oh, well, in that case, yeah, that'd be cool. It's so funny that all of us riders have been watching. In 2015, I think we were up to like 22 or 23 deaths of people that we knew, not just like overall deaths, just the people that we knew.
Just out riding
just
bikes.
People that had just been hit. And
that's crazy.
That's not counting all the people going to the hospital. That's just the people we know that died over the 2015.
And you know what's sad is people, they don't pay attention.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Which is why I've lighted, you know, been lighting up the rear end and lighting up the front end. And now I'm going to put some white LEDs on the sides, either white or yellow, you know, because your marker lights on your fenders, well, old school back in the 70s, let me word it that way. The Chevrolet trucks had markers on the sides. The front fenders had markers on the side.
You know, they're actually bringing those back on vehicles now.
Side markers?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's awesome because the problem is nobody can see it from the side.
Right.
You know, like I've left the red reflectors on the side of my saddlebags with it being the police bike. I've left them on there for that reason. But when I took the front bumper, if you will, like the police bike had a big chrome bumper that was actually on the front fender as well, and it had the marker on the side, and I took it off. But I'm deciding. I just, you know,
you should get some.
People can call me grandpa all they want, but I'm going to make it to that age. I'm going to make it. I may be hobbling around because I've hurt myself way too much, but I'm going to make it where somebody else might not. I'm sorry, but, you know, we've been seeing the little joke slogan, if you will, be prepared for the slide and not for the ride, or dress for the slide, not for the ride.
Right.
And, you know, I made a post the other day saying how many wrecks I've had since 1990.
That road rash
is no joke. I've been lucky that every time that I've hit the ground, there's never really been road rash.
Good morning,
just for
Jeff.
fun.
Good morning, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Redneck.
What's
Good
happening?
morning, Jeffrey.
Jeff.
And I'm okay with that because all of us are hitting at that middle age mark.
Oh, most definitely. Shoot. Come tomorrow, I'll have one more year till I hit half a century old.
See?
Just a half a century.
And Zaylee turns 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday? Yeah, Zaylee turns 2 tomorrow. Is tomorrow your birthday?
Yep.
Well, no crap. I hadn't noticed it. Yeah, Zaylee's.
No, that's why she's such a great kid.
No, that's why y'all's IQ matches.
But she's gonna.
That's why y'all act the same. It's funny,
yeah,
Jeff can drink about 10 beers and carry on a conversation with Zaylee, and we can't understand either one of them.
So is that somebody that you've actually seen drunk?
Yes.
We understand each other, though.
Yes, y'all do. You're right. Yeah, that's cool, man. I didn't even think about it. No, we just kind of getting the show going this morning and, you know, just kind of hashing out stuff. It's really a late, to me, it's a late, but today's Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It's just a laid back day today.
Hump day.
It really is.
Yeah, I didn't do your hump music. You didn't remind me. You know, that's how I always know it's Wednesday, because Jeff requests the hump song.
Oh,
No, I just say good
You're
morning.
slacking.
Good hump day
Raven
morning.
says he now feels like a pile of poo after making the jokes. Well, that's why I did it the way I did it,
he
sir.
was going to be a pile of poo last week with the way he was banging on that door.
Golly.
I missed that.
I was like, physically, I feel like I'm 80, but mentally, you know me, I'll be in my 20s till I die.
Yeah, me too.
It's all a mental thing.
It is. I was pulling the cycle world yesterday, and I was watching people fly down 78. I mean, really, truthfully, I was just sitting there going, Jesus, look at these people. I looked at my wife and said, oh my God, when did I become the old guy that complains about people speeding? But at the same time, we were trying to turn left, and there was 2 rigs traveling way above the speed limit. And I'm like, when did it just dawn on me? But I think I've just started realizing
You're paying attention.
I'm paying
more.
attention more instead of being a jackass and not paying attention.
Because you're maturing.
What part of 78?
We were right there in Athens. I was
Right there off the loop.
Yeah, I was pulling into Cycle World right there on the same road, the mall zone and all that.
Near Loop 10,
You
Jeff.
should see 78 over there around Hewitt and Killian Hill.
Oh God,
Speed
dude!
limit's
I went through.
45 and they're doing 60.
I know.
65 through there.
I went down 78 the other day, and you got to remember, I lived there 14 years, right? When you see something and you're part of it every day, you just become okay with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now I've moved to Conyers. Everything's a little more laid back as far as the traffic.
Except for your road.
Except for my road, of course. I got on 78 and I'm shooting from Snellville back up into the Stone Mountain. And about the time we're passing Home Depot, I'm like, everybody's running 70. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, people are running 70 miles an hour. And it didn't dawn on me. We topped that hill right there at the Lowe's and come to the red light. And I'm looking around like, holy cow, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it being like that. But I mean, I'm sure it was. But I think I was
right
just
there at Stone Road.
Yeah, I think I was just so accustomed to it that, that it didn't mean anything.
It's like you say, you start paying more attention, especially after like when I started riding bikes, because I've been on bikes since I was like 16. That was on my only form of transportation. I ran it 365 days a year.
Did
Snow,
you go
rain,
more than 10
whatever.
miles at one time?
My bike back then, I think 69 miles.
Yeah.
But you get on a bike, you start paying more attention. And it's like when I'm in a car now, and Bree will even state that now that she started, because she's never been on a bike till I got mine.
You become more observant, that's for sure.
She says she has. When she's in the car now, she's a lot more observant of what's going on around her, especially bikes. She never thought about it before. She now realizes, like, when she's coming up, and there's a bike around, she's always slowing down, giving it more room. And
Yep. My wife's doing the same thing. I didn't try. I want to say this. I didn't try to get smart with a young lady the other day, but there was a lady that was on one of my posts, and I made the comment about, the wrecks and people not giving bikes, blah, 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 blah. And she had made the comment about some bikes that don't follow the rules. And I'm like, well, this ain't a debate page. I wasn't talking about them. Where we had a couple words back and forth, and it wasn't nasty by any means. But I kind of ended my point with, why don't you get on a motorcycle and you go down 138, because that will change your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You get on a motorcycle in Conyers, you get on 138, or get on Southcott Drive, or get on Memorial Drive, or get on Highway 78, or go get on Old National. God knows you go get on Old National. Go get on Fulton Industrial and call me back. Because especially if you've not ridden a lot, you go get up in that Kool-Aid, you are swimming in the deep end with some piranhas. It's horrible, man. And to think about it like this, if a car hits you, that's bad. Don't get me wrong. But if one of them rigs come over on you, he will drive over you before he notices that he's driven over you. I mean, like before he even realizes that he's even touched you, he's already driven over you. And there's no stopping it. What is the joke? They're 80,000-pound missiles, the big fuel trucks are.
Yeah, we were heading up, I think it was Sunday, to go pick up youngest Katie, and sitting at a red light, and there's a van there, big old work van. I'm like, dude, come on, light's green. How long are you going to take? And then Bree goes, there's a bike in front of them.
Yeah.
And Bree could see, where I was sitting, the guy's helmet was perfect in the seam of the two doors, so the door frame blocked his helmet completely.
Right.
From me, but Bree saw him. So the light turns green, he finally starts going. This guy, I swear to God, Scott couldn't have been no more than 5 feet from behind this bike running 55, 60
See, that drives
miles
me
an hour.
nuts. And because I'm used to being
Exactly.
on a bike, I now look in my mirror in my van and I'm even like, dude, why are you on my ass like this? Just like, come on. Just think about it for a minute. And I used to get the whole road rage thing and be like, tap the brake check. Now I have become DJ Scottie almost all the time. I just giggle and go, he's going to be pissed because I'm doing the speed limit. He's just, and he's just going to have to deal with it. And I just giggle because I'm like, what are you going to do, boy? What are you going to do? You're not going to do nothing. You're just going to deal with it.
On your street. I love doing that. I'll actually, when I'm going 35 and they come up on me, I'll actually drop it down to 30 when I get right there at the school.
Yeah, it's called a speed limit. It doesn't mean you have to do that speed.
Yeah, that's only the recommended speed.
So, I don't know. I mean, I try not to.
That's what I do, especially if I'm like on a 2-lane road and I can see them. Because I watch, like I said, just from being on the bike, I'm watching in front of me, beside me.
Right.
Driveways that I'm coming up to, and I see a car in the driveway, so I'm getting in the car. I watch all that because they'll pull out and never even look. Nope. And I mean, I can't say much. I did that in my neighborhood Sunday when I was leaving. Coming up to stop sign, person in front of me just kind of makes their turn at the stop sign, and I'm just so used to no cars in my neighborhood. I come right up to stop sign and just follow right back behind them without stopping. Here's a car coming up the road and I almost T-bone them.
Yeah.
Just
that's
not paying attention.
Yeah. But that's what it is. It's not paying attention.
Right.
I was coming up, that's what I like doing on a 2-lane road, and I'll see a car back behind me jockeying in and out of traffic trying to get position. And I'll see them come flying up to me. So I'll speed up, catch up to the car beside me, and then I'll drive dead even with that car no matter what.
I've done that too. I am guilty of such mannerisms.
Yeah, but I sent you a phone number, Scott.
Yeah, man. Who is that?
That is Kathy. She's the one that pranked you, Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, the Waffle House. Yeah.
Yeah, her birthday is tomorrow. She's actually taking the day off.
Okay.
So if you
is she off tomorrow or off today?
No, she's here today.
Here today, okay, but off tomorrow, okay.
Right, that's her work phone number here. I thought about sending it. I just don't know if she would answer her home phone,
right,
or her cell phone tomorrow. So
yeah,
I'll know because that's a corporate number. She has to answer it. So I just figured it'd be funny.
Give me an idea what we can mess with her about.
And that's why I've been trying to think. I had 2 guys, Cyrus and Pee Wee, that went out and did a service call last week for this lady named Sierra Johnson. And they went out and switched out the slats in her bed.
Yeah.
So you could have one of the Abby or Redneck call up and say that she has something missing or that one of the guys was being sexually suggestive to her or something.
That's what we'll probably do. I'll have one of the girls make a comment about, I didn't know if the slats were going to fix the springiness in the bed, and he offered to help me fix it or offered to help me try it out. And I feel a little violated to know that I had a man standing in my bedroom offering to make my bed bounce.
Well, what it was is that she's had several of them break, so you could go that route saying, well, they made a comment about that I'm banging too hard on the bed. Maybe I should try it on the sofa or something.
Right. Yeah, we'll go with that.
So, yeah, I figure it'd be funny since she got you.
Yeah,
one
man.
of the few people that's ever caught you.
Yeah, we'll see what we can pull off.
Yeah, it's going to suck. I got to work tomorrow.
Type me the girl's the name again so that I'll be able to throw that out there.
I will. Yeah, so we're opening the outlet 7 days a week now that we're closing our doors.
Yeah, they're not going to expect you to work those 7 days, right? I mean, 6 days a week for 25, 26 years. Don't you believe that's enough?
Well,
that's what the guys trip I started out, by the way, you guys. It started out just for me and Jeff to get on a motorcycle and go somewhere. He's who got me going from being a dirt bike rider to street bikes. And, he actually made the comment, because he went several years without a bike. And he made the comment the other day. I say the other day, it's probably been a year ago, about
almost 20 years.
Isn't it funny that here it is, you became the motorcycle DJ, everything's around your life's about motorcycles, and to think I'm the guy that threw you the keys. And he did, because I said I wanted to get a street bike, and he just threw me the key. I was doing electrical work in Rutledge. Oh, wow. We lived off Memorial Drive in Harrison. And I was having to drive a truck that got 8 to 10 miles to the gallon from there to Rutledge every day to the fish hatchery. We were building a new building for the fish and game. So I said something about it, and I've never even rode his bike. And he threw me the keys and said, here, you can go back and forth to work on that. So the very first day I got on it, I literally got on it and went down Harrison to Panola to I-20, and jumped straight on I-20 and went straight to Rutledge. Never even rode on a street bike.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
A couple of days into that, my dad, my car had been destroyed in Hurricane Hugo, and me and my dad had lived in Myrtle Beach at the time. So he had said, look, I'm going to give you some money to help you get another car. Well, probably like the second or third day of riding to Rutledge, I stopped. He was working at the seafood department at the Flat Shoals and 138 Kroger. And I went in there and said, hey, you remember that money you're going to give me for a car? I want a motorcycle. And then Jeff's, through the people moving furniture at his company, knew a guy named John that had a Ninja. And me and Jeff and one of our other roommates, Daryl, went and picked up the Ninja like 2 days later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. It was kind of cool.
It was.
And then the first night we actually got the Ninja running, as crazy as this sounds, the first night that we got the Ninja running, it was like 20 degrees. So we put on the leather jackets. I'm on one bike, Jeff's on his bike.
I was
And
going to say, you probably all you just had was just a helmet.
oh,
And
yeah. All I had was that's it. Tennis shoes,
No
black
boots,
Guess
no nothing.
jeans, a leather jacket, and a black helmet. And we went and shot all down Memorial Drive, Mountain Industrial, 78.
No gloves.
No gloves. It was cold.
Nope.
God, was it cold.
Yeah, it was. I did that back, when was this? Probably 86, I want to say 86 or 87. Had a real bad snowstorm that came through, and I was working for the House of Denmark up here off the access road. And boss calls me up, hey, you know what, some of the guys are going to come in and work about half a day so we don't get too far behind. If you can make it up, that'd be cool. If not, and I'm sitting there on a Rebel 450, and you remember my old neighborhood off Covington Highway. I had like 5, 6 ways I could get out of my neighborhood, but every one of them was a mountain of a hill trying to get out. So I jumped on my bike, cut through the woods and the church behind me, made it to the main road, cruising down Covington Highway, snow all over the place. And I was sitting there watching cars spin out, and here I am on the motorcycle, loaded all the way up from Covington Highway, all the way up to the access road here, and then all the way back. And I was laughing, going, dude, I've got 2 wheels and I've got mine upright, and you're all over the road.
Isn't that something?
Last time I rode that way, back then I was young and knew everything. Now I'm just young and know nothing. So
That's right. That's
I was
right.
going to say, what happened, Jeff?
Hey, and look, Ravens Renovation, you know, he's part of our ride. It's so funny because we had people asking about the ride, and it's like it's a secret because we don't want people like you going, which is strictly a joke. But
But just tell him how you really feel.
we know that we're up to like 11 right now, 11 confirmed, or at least 11 that really, really say they're going and they really, really want to go. So I can't say confirmed until the day of, but right now we're at 11 that are like, yeah, dude, we're going. And Raven says, I don't know if he's even want to put money on this bet, but he's like, there's going to be 20, right? He says there's going to be 20 bikes on this ride.
That's
you
what I was
watch.
telling Philip the other day.
You
I
just
said,
watch.
look,
There'll be 20.
yeah, it's getting there. I got
Because everybody wants what we want. And I don't mean it to sound like that, but what I'm saying is
they
all of
want
us,
your Kool-Aid.
we've all, no, smart ass. No, we've
Yeah, they
all,
want to drink your juice.
no, we've just all realized that we kept saying we were going to go do a trip like this, and we never did go do a trip like this. And we've partied our life away for the last 10 to 15 years, and we never did what we said we were going to do. So it's like, this is the chance to go do it.
Just don't find any hot
Yeah,
springs.
definitely. I mean, there'll be
Yeah.
more, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I got a feeling
yeah,
there'll be some streaking videos somewhere too, because
Oh,
you know,
Lord.
there won't be no
Travis,
hot
get your
springs on
clothes
the side
on.
of the road. But
You better
Yeah,
tell
the
him not
guy,
to leave his Cheetos alone.
no shoot.
got Tyler that
Ravens
Wants
just
to ride
says he
with
has
us.
2 more right now, so that puts us at that 13 mark, and that's not counting
we
if
may-
Shay goes.
Yeah, what?
yeah, we may
He
want
wants
to do
to
that.
do
We may need to do that. Sit up the night before, because Bree was checking into it, and actually Tyler looked into it, and there was whatever event it is going on up there, that there's limited space at the hotel in Lynchburg, so we may have to cruise up the night before, catch one a little further away.
Well, the thing too is outside of the town, the small town where the Jack Daniel's distillery is, like 15 minutes away. It says it's 14 miles roughly, something like that. There is it looks similar to Snellville, similar to Conyers, and there's like 3 or 4 hotels there. So out of 3 or 4 hotels, there's got to be a place to sleep. I mean, come on, it's there has to be.
Yeah, it also depends on how many people we get up. We
That's
may
right.
not all end up in the same hotel.
Well, if we have to, we can split up a little bit. But it is what it is. We're grown men. We can deal with that.
How far is that from Chattanooga?
An hour and a half.
Because that's where Travis is headed to now. So maybe he could check out some stuff.
Nah, we'll be Adairsville Wednesday night, that Lynchburg Thursday, and Chattanooga Friday. And then it's the flip of the coin on Saturday if we're going Hiwassee or into Helen. But most likely, if we go to Hiwassee, we're not going to stop. Well, I mean, we may stop and get a cold beverage, but we're most likely going to aim for Helen.
Yeah, it's funny. Bree was talking about it to her mom last night. Her mom spent a night. And so, yeah, I mean, the guys got this trip, and there's 12 of them going? They need 6 rooms. You got 12 girls that go, and they need 3 rooms.
Yeah. Well,
they keep. I said it's a little different. 2 girls sleeping together and 2 guys sleeping together. What's the difference? I said it's a feeling,
And I see since the van will be there, I see the possibility or the reason of making sure we bring a couple of blow up mattresses, pillows, sleeping bag. Only saying if we get to a place where we have to pile up 3 or in a room or whatever, hell, I can sleep on an air mattress. Don't get me wrong. And this is that once in a lifetime experience that we may never get again. So I'm all in.
If I can sleep in a bathtub, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, see, that's kind of like what I'm saying. All right, brother, let me get out of here. I need to go to a commercial.
All righty, I'll shoot you the name of that lady. So.
Okay, please do.
All right,
man. We'll see you later. All right, everybody, hang tight. We'll be back in just a second. We need to shoot off the commercial. We did overtalk it just a wee bit. I'm gonna pull back a couple of the songs real quick. Not songs. I'm having one of those mornings, man. It's just cool. Everybody's laid back today. It's hump day, which really is kind of funny that usually on hump day, we're like super wide open. And today we're just like super laid back. So it's just kind of funny.
It's almost like today's our Monday.
Yeah, maybe.
Monday we were all pretty, even though we had the event on Sunday, we were.
Yeah, Monday was a day. All right, hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. I'm sure we'll dig up something.
Damn it.
I was falling asleep on the couch last night at like 9:30. Now that my body's right back to getting up at 5:30 mark, like I wake up at 5:30 and then I'll hit snooze, and I'm really not sleeping because I'm kind of awake, but I'm just kind of laying there, and I just can't decide if I want to get up or not. You know what I mean? Because I don't have to, but I like to get up and chill for a few minutes and drink my coffee and play on my Facebook. I have to come running down here. I just like ass ain't even been to the gym. I've got to get myself back up. funny, I can see where go at a certain angle. That is so hilarious. Because even though, look at me. Even though you're not really moving further this way, when you raise it, it does create a longer distance. So it makes the lens zoom out more. Shaking my head, sorry. It's all about the angles. We got anything this morning? I don't know that any of us have really even researched anything. Did you see the picture?
There's really nothing.
Did you see the picture I posted this morning? She asked me to make her feel special, so I gave her a helmet and some crayons. Going to TMZ to see if there's anything. Really hadn't been a whole lot. Now, I was getting told yesterday about a shooting in Rockdale.
It was a police chase that wound up as the two officers. It was a Conyers officer and a Rockdale.
Wait till we go live. Well, that way we don't have to repeat it. But
yeah,
I'd like to find out. How about Megan Fox? Yep, I'm pregnant, but the divorce is still on.
They was still hooking up. Where's probate court? Is that in the
first floor of the courthouse? All the way in the back.
Security footage where Vince Neil got into it at the hotel. They're saying the girl has neck and back injuries because he pulled her hair. Come on. How many times has my hair been pulled? I mean, really? Teen mom, pregnant again. Well, have we figured out what's causing it?
estranged husband's baby?
And those husbands aren't any more strange than the people are.
Yeah.
And we're back. We're laughing because it's like Megan Fox is pregnant, but yep, the divorce is still on by a estranged husband. I said, you know what? These husbands aren't any more strange than the girls are. But apparently her and Brian Austin Green have hooked up. And you know what's crazy is if you've had sex within 90 days, so say, because I know a person that did this, unfortunately, and she didn't know the law. So her and her husband were going through a divorce. He came over drunk one night. They had a little hookup. She said, this doesn't mean we're back together. And then Monday they went to court. And his lawyer threw out there to the judge, hey, you know, they just hooked up over the last weekend, and the divorce gets tossed out. Because you have to have no intimacy
whatsoever
within 90 days, or you can't file because they consider it like a waste of time. Now, we'll probably have to hear from a lawyer to find out what the real legalities of it are. But I know Gwinnett County, they threw that thing slap out of court. So with her being pregnant, how far along, when did the sexual intercourse take place, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We see here, I don't know how many people saw last week, there was a thing where Vince Neil and Nicolas Cage got into it, but it wasn't so much they got into it as much as something stupid had happened. And Vince Neil pulled a girl by her hair. Now the woman's claiming neck and back injuries. I'm like, you know how many times I've had my hair pulled? Yeah, that doesn't work. But you let a famous person do it.
Right.
And what's funny is when you watch the video, you can tell that both of them are hammered because Nicolas Cage is like, man, stop, I love you. You know, don't do this. And it was freaking hilarious. They made it out like those two got, you know, the way the media made it look like those two got in a huge brawl. There's two drunk dudes hugging each other saying, stop fighting. You know, it's like watching Muhammad Ali at the end of the boxing match where he can barely lift his hands fighting somebody else that can barely lift their hands. I mean, that's what it looked like. We're sitting here laughing at teen mom Mackenzie is on her third child. Have we figured out what causes this? Is there something in the water?
Must be something in the Kool-Aid.
But of course, they're still talking about, all these people in there, strange husbands, really. But biatch, you pretty strange all by yourself.
Yes.
Of course, Lindsay Lohan's in the news again, but that's
she getting married now.
That's her.
Yeah. Okay.
You never know. Engagement, come on, man. These people are crazy.
Oh, did you see what it said? The power to move mountains.
Yeah. Her breasticles.
Wow.
I mean, because that's the only mountains that biatch can move.
And
then,
her parents were right there behind her, and yet they're on a show on VH1 together, family therapy.
Yeah.
With Dr.
And they haven't
Jen.
been together forever.
Yeah.
It's just
And
funny
they're-
how these people are. And, it drives me nuts because you give them a little bit of money,
and
you
they
know?
go crazy.
And then there's this. Let's see what this. I'll actually play this one if it's a video. It's another one about Charlie Sheen.
Oh my god!
But of course, is there footage
and
of
he's
it?
still getting women even after he came out with all that whatever he has.
Yeah, HIV.
Yeah, but one of the girls, and this may be her. Yeah, Brooke. That's an ex that said that she was okay with it because she loved him enough, But now
Now she's wanting $55,000 a
month for child support.
Holy cow!
Not counting that whole 89,000 right there. It's come on, man. These people.
What are you spending $89,000 or $55,000 a month?
And what sucks is you knew what you were getting into when you started hooking up with him. How can anybody be surprised that he has something? I mean,
yeah.
The people don't remember when Heidi Fleiss, her little book came out, the little black book, and he was the number one person that used her, and he didn't even deny it. Like, he was the one saying, "Oh, sure, yeah, this is what I spent."
He was like, "Yeah,
cocaine, strippers." That's why it was always a joke with Tubby and me both talking about if I knew I was going to die, I'd pull a Charlie Sheen. Like, if I knew I was going to die, I'm going out big. I'm rocking it one good weekend, die of a heart attack.
there you go."
Don't even have to worry about the cancer getting to me. But that was a joke. I mean, hell, I want to live forever. Harrison Ford's Han Solo jacket sells for $191,000.
Golly.
Now you know that Star Wars folks have really lost their mind.
You know you'd spend that on that jacket.
You are smoking crack. That's a house.
Oh, I know that's a house.
That's a house.
Yeah.
Why?
Not
And
Rockdale, but that's a
it's
house.
the jacket from the latest movie, not even like
the
originals.
real, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I guess they figure he dies in this jacket or something, and that's what makes it. I don't know. It's just crazy that anybody would spend that kind of money. But if you have it, you have it.
He says he's not even keeping the money for it. Did you see that?
No. And it's like they said Nicolas Cage wanted to be like the only movie star to have a T-Rex skull on like a coffee table. So he owns one. I mean, he paid millions for it just because
Just because he can.
Because he wants to.
Just because he can.
I mean, look, I'm a broke
Wow.
biatch and I got a T-Rex sitting here.
Wow.
I ain't even got to pay for her.
Yeah, like
She tries to take a selfie and it's just nothing but neck because her arms aren't short. They're
well,
not
I guess
long
you're
enough
gonna
to
have
do
to get her a
anything.
selfie stick.
I'm
no,
going to
it's
have
at an
to.
angle now. They have to be at an angle because I have to hold it down here to get a selfie.
Oh, anywho's.
Is that when you
Anyways.
get all your nose hairs too?
Until I pull a gin and wax them.
Oh, yeah. That's still hilarious to this day.
Yeah, it is. I would
People
never
don't
do
know
that,
that-
by the way, though, but that was hilarious.
Jen, the train wreck, let somebody talk her into hot waxing
Her nose
a
hairs.
popsicle stick and
putting it up
shoving
her
it in her
nose.
nose
Yes.
to wax her nose hairs.
Who is up in her nose looking at
And
her nose hair?
Not only did she do the left side, she did the right side.
too.
she
and
didn't have
watching
enough
her-
pain the first time.
Watching her cry was absolutely
It
hilarious.
was so funny.
Because you're like, who the hell does that?
She
Get a
does.
nose trimmer, man, and just shove that weed whacker up in there. Good Lord.
Wow.
It was funny.
Waxing it. My mind's like, who wants to just take the chance of burning your nose to begin with?
I guess she did.
Good
She
Lord.
thought it was a good idea at the time.
Hey, I was
It
laughing.
made for good
I
laughter.
thought it was a great idea.
About
And
like how
we-
Denise got you in your chest hairs.
Yes.
Although,
Now let me
What
see
is
what this
that?
says. Hold on. It said something about somebody's kids.
That doesn't look like a child.
No. It's talking about her kids saw it. No. It's talking about her body after having two
And
kids.
at 43.
She's 43 and she's very proud. You know, I've always wondered what happens to some of these people that pop off pictures like this and their kids see it. Like, how do you explain to mom? Like, they did a big thing the other day about the last Playboy had Pam Anderson in it, and her kids are in college now, or like one's in high school, one's in college, something like that. But they're at that age, that age bracket. And they were saying how proud they were of her. Now, to me,
Of just pictures or of videos?
well, either way, what I'm saying is to me, I would feel awkward if Emmy walks up to me. It's different because I'm a guy, of course, but it would seem to me it would be weird as a guy, like if I was in college and two of my buddies walk up with the Playboy my mom's in and talk about how hot my mom is and what they would do to my mom. That would just be kind of weird.
But think about it, though. If you're brought up in that atmosphere, you really don't know any different.
And maybe you don't see it any different, or it doesn't
That's
appear
just
to be
the
a big deal.
normal to
Right.
you.
Maybe so. We always talk about if you begin to accept certain things, what becomes your norm and what do you accept? Like we were just saying about the speeding on this road and being around certain places, and say if you lived in Compton, that would seem normal to you. If you lived in New York, that would seem normal to you. Then you come out here to a place like this and go, man, this doesn't seem normal at all.
Right.
yeah, I guess kind of like people living in Sunrise thinking that
That's
that's
their
okay.
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's their normal.
So how about this? MJ, as in Michael Jackson's producer, believes that MJ is alive. Is it possible?
Wow.
Yes.
He's probably living on an island somewhere with Elvis.
It's possible. There was something that was said probably about a year ago where some reports out of, and these are all allegedly, some reports out of LA or out of wherever his Neverland Ranch was.
What word was that?
What?
What word was
Allegedly.
that?
Allegedly.
I like how you mumbled that.
Well, I had to make sure I say it so nobody wants to quote me. But they said that some weird things have been happening over Michael Jackson's life before he died. He was always wearing a mask. He was always this. He was always really strange. And some paperwork popped up saying that there was a canine dog that had been out on the ranch looking for something, but it kept running to something else. And they found underneath one of the railroad track crossings on the property, because he had a railroad out there like Six Flags, and that they dug up the real Michael Jackson, and that this other guy had been faking to be Michael Jackson for the last 15, 20 years. And that's why he kept a mask on. That's why his skin was always changing. That's why he was always going through plastic surgeries. That's why this, that's why that. And supposedly people close to him were saying, wow, this explains all these weird things that we kept suspecting. So, you keep reading all this stuff, and who knows? I mean, he could disappear. It's not like he's not afraid of going to get some plastic surgery.
I know, right?
I
mean, he just needs a few more bleach sessions and then he'll be good.
Well, I mean, if he went to live in Italy, he could get away with the skin. He could get away with the eyes. Just go get him another nose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shave his head. Get him a little crew cut.
And nobody would ever know the difference.
Nobody would ever think twice. They claim he did surgeries to tighten up his vocal cords to keep his voice that way. So go get another surgery. I mean, the dude wasn't afraid of going under.
Right.
I don't know.
Steph, any
like them
thoughts?
saying Tupac's still alive, but
it says right here, there's a dude on that says if you can think Elvis is still alive, then why effing not believe Michael is too? I mean, it just makes you shake your head. And think about all the weird stuff these people already do that have money. Right. If one wanted a T-Rex skull on his coffee table,
if you want to disappear, you can disappear.
If you want to disappear, I mean, like right now, they said this morning there's a woman being investigated because her child went missing, but she said that her daughter ran away to Mexico, which truthfully, it's not too hard to believe.
Right.
It was a Spanish lady, a Mexican lady, a teenage daughter or what have you, running back to Mexico. Well, hell, they run here with no identification. Who's to say they don't run back? How many jump ship and leave here, go back home for several months and come back? That happens all the time in the construction world.
Oh, yeah.
So who's to say? But if there's no body, there's no crime.
Right.
Steph, any thoughts?
No, not on that. But I mean, yeah, it's true though. A lot of the people that work with Travis, they come, they work here for a couple of months, save up their money, and send it back home to family that they have in Mexico or wherever. But I was watching the news this morning, and they were talking about the guy they arrested for the shooting in Walmart.
Yeah,
security.
Yeah, let's hear about that because I caught bits and pieces.
Yeah, and one thing that stuck out, and I'm thinking, did the cop
I still
really
can't believe
just
somebody
say
shot
that?
somebody over some TVs. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
3 TVs. But the officer that they were speaking with this morning, he said he was someone we would not expect to have committed this crime. He does not have a history of criminal history to speak of, is not on probation or parole.
So that doesn't mean that he couldn't go out and commit a crime.
Right.
Exactly, because they have him on video. I mean, it was just funny the way that he was saying we would have never thought that this man would do something like this.
Yes. I would say you hear pitter patters, but that's not pitter patter of my granddaughter running.
Who was that, Grandma?
No, that was Zaylee flying across the ceiling here. I just got a listener that says, ha ha ha, you keep asking Redneck Steph for her thoughts, and all you keep hearing is,
Huh?
Don't get your panties all in a bunch.
so anyways.
Well, yeah, that's all he's hearing is crickets because I was reading this about.
All right,
the
well, keep
Walmart.
going. So where did they find the guy? Like last I heard, they hadn't found him. Then this morning, all of a sudden, they found him.
They found him.
So did his friends narc him out? How did they, that's my thing is how did they even know who he was?
Well, it says right here that they dug into Fordyce. That's the man that did the shooting. Passed and found a charge of military desertion back in 2003.
They'll
But
get you
no-
for just that alone, man. Ooh.
But no violent crimes appeared on his record. He was taken into custody Tuesday afternoon with the help of DeKalb County Police.
But no idea of how they figured it out. Who it was? Figured it out. Who it was?
Figured it out.
Figured it out. They gave credit for the arrest to tireless hours of work by investigators and more than 100 tip calls and emails, including a Crime Stoppers tip that named Fordyce as a suspect.
I just got 3 different ones, right? The one about you asked for her thoughts and crickets. I got another one, another listener saying, wow, she's not awake yet. And then
no, I'm awake.
another one that says, wow, she is on it today.
I'm awake.
That's so funny. You got 3 different people that fast are on it. They're like, boy, she's doing great today.
She's here.
Crickets. Yeah, she showed up, Denise and Michael.
Is here.
And sorry, I'm getting bombarded by messages from Ashley's teacher
Okay.
of stuff that I need, which I wish this.
Well, how
could
about this?
wait.
Little Wayne, they're talking about last night. He went through 48 bottles of expensive champagne, paid for it and ready to go. Said these bottles are $700 a pop. Can you
Is
believe
that the
that?
ones that he's like pouring on his?
I don't know because that's a commercial. Those might be fake. But I mean, let's think about this for a second. 48 times $700, $33,600, and that's just in the champagne. That's not the strippers.
Bye.
Can you
Wow.
imagine? Can you imagine 33,000? Do you hear this, honey? $33,600 on champagne at a strip club.
That is ridiculous.
Would you like to say hey?
You say, hey, Zaylee.
Hey, Zaylee.
Say toodles.
Oh, toodles.
Oh, she don't want to say nothing.
Good
now.
morning, Zaylee.
You want to say anything?
Say good morning.
Say pop.
She does play on her little fake microphone and says just for fun radio.
What's you eating over there?
You don't make out the just for fun, but you make out the radio. Say it, Zay. Just for fun radio.
He said, just for fun.
She's being shy.
Good morning.
She waves.
But yeah, isn't it something? Okay, let me kiss her. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
I love you. Say bye.
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 Say bye one more time.
Bye.
Say see ya.
Hey.
All right, say, oh man.
What's a motorcycle
She does that
do?
all the time. What does a motorcycle do?
Huh?
She knows, boy. We took her outside. Crystal said all she's been yelling is Pop all morning. We walked outside to get her. I got her out of the car last night coming home from daycare, and a guy on a crotch rocket come by, and all she yells is, motorcycle! Not a good one, but hey, it was a motorcycle.
She's going to be
that's
riding
funny.
So
dirt
can you
bikes.
get this, though? He spent, it says it's going down. It was a 50,000 square foot mega strip club that's equipped with a shoe shine station, massage parlor, basketball court, and fine dining. It says we were told about these dozens of bottles. So it's crazy to think 48 expensive bottles of champagne,
$700 a pop.
$33,600 and on champagne.
I mean, if you're going to spend that kind of money.
What did
why
he
don't-
spend as a total? $45,000.
I don't know.
And we don't think these idiots get paid way too much money.
Yes. they
He
do.
spent in one night on champagne what some people don't make in a year.
Yeah.
Is that insane?
Mhm.
Think of the people that make $33,000 a year before taxes, and
Right.
he blew it on champagne.
And
Am
all
I
they
jealous? Yeah, I am. There's no doubt about that.
It kind of sounds like you are.
I got hay back off the crotch rockets. Hey, I used to ride it too when I was your size.
What size is that size?
Mm-hmm.
Like 110 pounds?
No, it's probably like 165, 170.
You mean you don't weigh that no more?
Yeah, no. Nope,
Which
I sure
leg?
don't.
That's one leg? Is that a boot?
So, but can you imagine? I'm still hung on this $36,000.
Or is that your motorcycle seat?
Yeah, that's my Ravens renovation seat. You know what? You buy that seat, it's like buying shoes when you were a teenager. Your mom makes you get them 2 sizes too big so you can grow into them.
Right.
Wow.
But how's he ever going to grow into that seat when his butt's
I
like a
don't know.
toothpick?
And then it says Lil Wayne free from jail. So is that what happened? He got freed from jail and then went on a party.
Yep.
$33,000 is just
Look at
friggin'
that.
insane.
Anna Nicole's ex, whatever he was. Scroll back up.
I am.
Howard K. Stern, guilty of conspiracy.
And that's the dude
Imagine
that,
that.
yeah, they have said that he is so linked into her death, and it makes you wonder
He wanted all that money. That's what he wanted from
Yeah,
J.
it
Howard
says-
Marshall.
for doing they're getting him for
Mhm.
conspiracy for the medication on her.
But you know, her little girl got all of the money.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
get nothing.
Well, he was trying to say that her little girl was his,
Right.
Yes, I do remember that.
and
Whose did it turn out to be though?
The photographer that she had a little fling with.
Ah,
Yeah.
see.
in which he has custody of
right.
her and is raising her. And she's a little cutie.
She looks just like her mom.
Yeah. I was watching.
So here's another one on Charlie Sheen and his little hotel romps, and it blows my mind still to this day. With if you know he's got it, why are you still romping around with him?
And they're basically saying that he had
They can go
had
get
an orgy.
right.
Wow,
Mm-mm-mm.
4
22
men,
years
3
old.
women.
22.
Yep.
And you know what gets me is I'm sure with his money that he's probably taking meds that's, just like Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's been overseas taking all this medication, and they're saying that they basically
Cured him.
cured him, that the count is so low, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm sorry. No, I don't care if the count's low or not. No, sorry.
Well, it's kind of like playing horseshoes. If I'm playing horseshoes,
Or Russian roulette.
well, now think about this for a second. If I'm playing horseshoes, if me and you are in the backyard throwing horseshoes, right? We're playing horseshoes.
Right.
You may get closer to the pin that makes you a winner, right?
Right.
But I'm still playing horseshoes.
Right.
You can say whoever has the closest is the winner,
Right.
but the person that's the furthest is still playing horseshoes. So it doesn't matter if his numbers are high or low.
You still.
He still has AIDS. I can't get that through people's minds. Like, Well, the numbers are low. But he still has it.
And
It's kind of like saying I drive a Lexus or I drive a piece of crap, Volkswagen Bug.
You still got it.
Yes, Brian Eubanks, don't tell me to lay off the bugs, but that's an example. You still have a car.
Right.
Might not be the Lexus, but you still drive the car.
Right.
And that's what blows my mind when these people go, well, it's like somebody saying, well, she's a little pregnant.
Either you are or you aren't.
You either are or you're not. There's no little to it.
And what do they think that if they have sex with him and catch HIV that they can go back and sue him? Because I
bet
at
this moment he's probably making them sign a release form.
Well, I mean,
you know
yeah,
what? Like we
should.
do that on motorcycle rides.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to ride Charlie, you got to sign right here with a witness.
well,
Get it notarized.
Get it notarized.
Yeah, because since it's already out in the public that he is positive, if you're having sex with him, you are knowingly having sex with someone that has HIV.
Exactly.
So
isn't that hilarious?
There can't be a law, or there shouldn't be grounds for a lawsuit there. But
because you knew what you were doing.
It's just like a prenup. You know what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know that there's going to be somebody that tries it.
Right. There always is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, man. Just think about it. That is so funny. Look, we got to go off to commercial. And only because we're making the jokes about STDs, I'm going to play a song called Burn. We'll be right back. It only hurts when I pee. And we'll be right back.
Burr, baby, burr. Oh.
Crystal's like, gays do it all the time.
What? Take that gamble?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I will bring that up because there's been two different people that I know of. It's like, yeah, he had AIDS, but I liked him. Yeah, I don't like him that much.
Not to be stuck with something like that forever.
Yeah, if they don't tell the partner, then the partner can be sued.
Correct.
But listen to me. But the comment says, but it's Charlie. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Which, and I know that part because there can actually be charges pressed against you for because you knowingly had sex with someone and you're HIV positive and you didn't tell them.
Mm-hmm.
But HIV, you do need to go back though. But HIV positive doesn't mean
you can have the virus.
Full-blown AIDS yet.
Right.
The problem is
you still have the virus.
You still have the virus,
and you can still pass it along.
Right.
We were looking at puppies last night. Not because we wanted one.
I was gonna say, hang on.
No. But we were looking at the different prices of these certain dogs. They're micro teacup Pomeranians.
Yeah, itty bitty.
Yes, there was one for 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
they don't have what is it? My cousin has a Pomeranian, but it's not the micro teacup. They don't have fur; they have hair.
Yeah, they're hyperallergenic
or whatever. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. But they also have they have the Pomeranians. They have micro teacup, Maltese.
It's just sharing the love.
Chihuahuas, poodles, Italian greyhounds, French bulldogs.
The Italian greyhounds would be cool to have because they don't pant.
Yeah.
If they get hot, their veins pop out, and that's how they release the heat.
Huh. I didn't know that. But this one right here is $4 grand.
What kind of dog?
It's a micro Italian greyhound.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it to pull up any, but you see how tiny that sucker is? And $4 grand for that dog. Mm-hmm. We were just looking at different prices that people want for. Oh, and there's a they have teacup Bashan Fritz's whatever, which those they don't shed.
Have hair.
Well, it's not like the hair like the Yorkie, because my uncle had a show dog that was a Bashan Fritz, however you say it, and she was just like a cotton ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, her hair was soft, but it wasn't like human hair, like the Yorkie. It was just, it was weird feeling. But yeah, she didn't stink. She didn't shed. He wanted me to get her because she didn't like his new wife. But you know how the poodles, how they have that stuff that comes out of their eyes and it stains around their eyes. She did that.
Oh, why? I'll be sleeping till 7:30 or 8. And what sucks is, like, you and Philip can't sneak out of town this weekend. You know, like, she's like all for it. She's ready to go out of town. I don't know where we'd go anyways. I got to get a wheelchair.
Why don't y'all go see her tree that she's been wanting to see?
Well, my only thing is that's South Carolina.
That's not that far away.
That's
straight across almost. It's over near Beaufort.
Augusta.
But you can take the back roads there. Beaufort's really not that far, and that's where that tree is. Near Fripp Island. Y'all would like that.
Beaufort.
And I used to stay at Folly all the time.
What's
Mount
Charleston?
Pleasant was nice.
We always go to
Charleston, We worked
Savannah.
in Charleston. We learned that lesson. You don't stay in Charleston. We would do the work at the grocery store, go back to Mount Pleasant. We stayed at a place called Masters Inn.
Mhm.
It was super cool because they had a heated pool, and they didn't care that we would stay
Right.
sit out there and have cold. We didn't easy enough, like we do now. But it was cool because it's February. We're in a heated pool outside,
So
you know.
you weren't getting drunk in public.
No, we're not in public. As long as the public stayed outside of the fence. All right, we're back. So look, I'm pulling this up. I was just reading the kid that played Jake Harper on the show back in May 12th, 2010. He signed a 26 episode deal, which means he would make over the next 2 seasons, he would make $7.8 million plus a $500,000 signing bonus. Can you imagine being the kid making that kind of money? That was at the height of 2.5 Men. They're saying that Charlie Sheen, on the other hand, was making $2 million an episode. That would translate out to $52 million over 2 seasons. So that's 26 episodes times 2. So we're only looking at 52 episodes, and he would make $52 million
over the next 2 seasons.
2 seasons, but that's what it comes out to be.
With bonuses and whatnot, he got more than 98
million. And that's not counting that, you know, up until the point of he announced that he had HIV, or that he was HIV positive, that this thing was being played 2 times a night on Fox, and then 2 times a night on, so it was like 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. he was being played on one channel, and then at 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. he was being played on like either the FX channel or USA or something like that.
Right.
So it was the largest syndicated rerun ever, which means he still made royalties off of every time the show plays. And as long as his show continues to play, he's gonna make money.
And it's still
just like Gilligan still made money till he died.
Right.
From Gilligan's Island.
It still plays on CW and FX.
Yeah. It is the largest. This dude will not stop making money.
And they're just mad because he's bringing in that kind of money, but yet he's got HIV.
Hey. And we were saying there is a difference between everybody has HIV. It's a matter of whether you're negative or whether you're positive. Correct. And just because you're HIV positive doesn't mean that you have full-blown AIDS yet. But it does mean the virus is in you and that it can become AIDS and most likely will become. It's you know, it's kind of like pouring water in the gas tank. Eventually the car is going to start running like crap because that's just how it happens. So, yeah, we're just shooting through some of the stuff. It's funny that this TMZ is showing stuff back from like 2010. It's showing 13 hours ago, but it's also showing, you know, here's 45 minutes ago, but it's also showing from X number of years ago, which is just kind of odd. Like, why would you be showing stuff from that long ago? That's just strange. So anyways.
You know, earlier you were talking about the guy that Conyers and Rockdale got into the chase
let's talk
with.
about that.
Yeah, apparently the suspect had just gotten out of DeKalb jail yesterday and then went to a relative's house, got into a domestic dispute, left. So they put out a bolo looking for him. Conyers sees him.
And we're talking over with that 2 hours?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Wow.
How long had he been locked up?
Maybe a day.
So he spends 24 in jail and
Gets out and goes right back
haywire.
at it.
And the Academy Award for Best Dumbass goes to.
So anyway, Conyers made a traffic stop at Turner Hill.
Wow.
You know, they got permission and all that good stuff. So suspect got
You
shot.
are one pathetic loser.
I mean, come on, dude. What is wrong with you?
Just,
And a gun was involved, right? So go for it. Let's hear
Yes.
the rest. I can't get past it.
So
I'm
then-
thinking, what a dumbass.
Right. So then, of course, he's committed another crime. Conyers pulls him over. Rockdale gets out with him. He starts shooting. They shoot back. The officers did not get hit, but he gets hit. Transported to Grady with non-life-threatening injuries. Really? You gonna shoot at me? I'm sorry. I'm gonna shoot back.
And you know,
My
that-
wife throws out a name, and I'm just laughing because, yes, you would think it's that dumbass. She was asking who it was and if the name matched a dumbass we know. It's like, yeah, you would think it's that one. Yeah, how stupid do you got to be?
And somebody in his family is going to be all crying. I don't know why they had to shoot my son.
He's such a good guy.
yeah.
Well, just like that stupid guy who stood up and was mad because the chief of police of Lithonia, city of Lithonia Police Department, whatever, had choked his son. It was irrelevant that your son was breaking in a house. He skipped school, was breaking in houses, and as he was trying to be subdued, he was kicking and resisting arrest, and then the dude had to choke your son out. Let's forget all that took place. Let's not reprimand him for skipping school. Let's not reprimand him for the fact that he was arrested for breaking in houses. Let's just raise hell on Channel 5, Fox 5, saying, and I'm just appalled that this guy choked my son. You know what? You need to choke the living out of your kid.
What about the mother that got on the news that one time about wanting to know what was her son supposed to
The
do?
Alpharetta
now?
kid that
Yeah.
got shot who stole the car from Goodyear or whatever. Yeah, she's
Right.
like, what's supposed to happen now? He was all about school and
Yeah.
and what's going to happen now? Yeah, he was stealing stuff to pay for his schooling. That's supposedly what he was stealing for, was to pay for his schooling.
Right. Because he didn't know.
Because
any
he's such a
better.
great student and all.
He had.
I just love it.
It's- Yeah.
I
it's
just
funny.
love it.
You are one pathetic loser.
All
Oh
these people
God.
that
Did
do-
y'all see the picture I posted this morning? Let me go back to the fun
I was
page.
gonna say which one.
I made one this morning and it may not have posted yet because I do have them where they randomly post throughout the day. Let me go to the ones that are waiting to post. I'm just sitting here shaking my head because it's scheduled to post. So I did one. Apparently it did post. Let me go back to the page. I just decided this morning, I'm like, I'm going to make one up just to be funny. And it says, I don't judge people and think I'm better than them. I mean, after all, I'm better than all that. Kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to say that I judge people but I'm going to pick on you if you're a dumbass. I mean, if you are a dumb ass, you deserve to be picked on. Come on, be smarter than that. I mean, it's like the dude that was stalking my wife, right? The guy went to prison for like an aggravated stalking charge and like a small, child molestation charge.
Right.
And is told when he got out of prison on parole, not probation, parole, you are not allowed to touch a computer. You're not allowed to go on the internet. You're not allowed to have anything to do with social media. You are not allowed. And he sends out all these messages basically describing to people how he was going to rate them. And when we turn them in, all the people that, have been sent messages to start reaching out to us. And we just turn in like this huge report to the parole bar. Crystal calls the parole board to explain to them. Then we turn it all into Rockdale. We have all the other people turn their stuff into Newton. All this information goes They raid the friggin' house where there's guns, where there's not supposed to be guns. He lived with his dumbass sister who works at Hardee's on 278.
Where at?
Message.
On 278. And the dumbass woman goes on Facebook and says, I don't know what's happening at my house. They are swarming my house like it's a raid with guns everywhere. Well, let's see. The dumbass had been charged with like an aggravated stalking and all this other weird stuff. It's not supposed to even be in a house with guns. And you got drugs in the house and this and that. Come on, you dumbass.
But she don't know why they're there.
But she don't understand why they're there.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
she says, he's harmless. He wouldn't hurt anybody. Really? We've got all these messages where he describes how he's going to rape these women. But he would never hurt nobody. What the hell did he go to prison for?
He ain't going to hurt you because you ain't what he's after.
But it's so funny watching these dumb people. If you're that stupid, then you deserve to go to jail too. If you're that stupid. You are allowing it to happen in your house. You are an enabler.
Right. They just need to crawl back under that rock that they crawled out from.
So if I'm judging, well, give me a gavel because I am judging. If you are that dumb, duh.
I'm surprised she hasn't chimed in yet.
It's just like, come on, people.
No, they can't. No, that would be too easy. It really would.
I'm just shaking my head.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, that's
why,
all you can do.
I mean, that's why judges stay on the bench, and that's why lawyers are there.
You know, and I love having lawyers that would defend the good stuff, but I think it's stupid when a lawyer defends the bad stuff. I know they all legally should have their, their right to be represented. But it's if they catch you in the process of doing the crime, come on, just come on.
Yeah, there was an incident. It was a while back, a couple of years back, where it was a home invasion, and the two guys that came in, one of the men that lived in the apartment, they pistol whipped him. They raped one of the girls that lived at the apartment and left evidence behind. That's all I'm going to go with that. Stole the guy's Nextel, made calls on it. So they were able to track that he had made the calls on it. And that's what ultimately got them arrested, was they were able to track it down. And then, of course, they had the DNA evidence. So when it goes to
when
court,
there's DNA, how do you say that's not mine? It's like you getting caught with an ounce of weed in your pocket. Well, that's not mine. I'm just holding it for somebody. It doesn't matter. It's in your pocket. It's kind of the same thing when they do the rape analysis and they find your DNA. How do you say it's not mine?
And then
I don't know how that got there.
Somebody planted it there.
That's right. You guys planted that. Yeah, because we milked you as we brought you in the jail.
That's right.
You weirdo.
Yeah, and then as they go to court, one of the grandmothers of one of the suspects was telling the people that were the victims, why are y'all doing this to my grandson? He's so good. He's a good boy.
Sure
I don't know
is.
why y'all are doing this to my grandson. There's evidence that he was there. There was 4 people in the apartment, that not only was able to recognize him and pick him out of a lineup and everything. There was DNA evidence.
But nobody likes to have black sheep in their family.
No. And it was all these other people. It was the 4 victims' fault that he was arrested and getting charged with everything that he was getting charged with.
Guilty by association, just saying. If he was there, just saying.
I mean, it was the people, the victims' fault that he was being arrested and charged with it.
I just shake my head.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was.
Is
it was
she
crazy.
asked to be a victim?
Yeah,
exactly.
She begged for it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because I love, and love ain't the word, but I love hearing these people go, well, that girl shouldn't have been dressed like that coming to the bar. She asked to be raped. No, she asked to be a slut.
Right.
She didn't ask to be raped. Like, she may have come in being slutty, but I may not agree with how she dressed, but that did not tell you 5 guys that it's okay to do what you did.
Right.
Right.
Duh. And every one of them should have their tool removed.
Yes.
I believe any man that has ever raped a woman, I hate that there's a couple of guys that have been falsely accused. I agree. I hate it. I'm sorry. But a lot of these cats that have been like aggravated rape 3 or 4 times convicted, the penis should be removed.
Right.
It should just be removed at that point.
It's like anybody that's
Castrate them.
Castrate him. Lobotomy. Go do that electrical thing to his brain, man, and make him a veggie. And, you know, I don't know, man. Something's got to be done. The legal system, I agree, has got some flaws in it.
But just think about it, though.
But if a dog bites you, what do?
Put it down.
Put it to sleep.
If the dog is dangerous to society,
You put it down.
why are humans any different? We're humans, we're
Because
mammals,
they have
and
feelings.
yeah, whatever. My dog has feelings too.
They have personality.
She feels like she wants to lick her butt right now. Look at her.
Probably is. She
So-
is your
I can't
dog.
see her.
I just hate it for society to have to deal with that kind of stuff.
But it's like, just think about all the sex offenders. Just in this county alone, though.
I just got a listener saying, no doubt, slutty clothes is not an invitation for sex. There is no excuse. And there isn't. There is an excuse. There is no excuse for a guy to be able to say why he did what he did.
Because he wasn't thinking, he was thinking with the tool. Just say it.
Yep,
But you know what?
That's what he
If
was thinking with.
women should not allow themselves to get to that point where they have no idea what is going on. So,
Well, none of it makes great sense.
no.
You know, I hate it. I hate it for anyone that has to deal with that. But it just sucks. It is what it is, too.
What is that noise?
But that was my.
That was a chair. I'm trying to get ready for a prank, you guys, so hang tight.
Is it commercial time?
Yeah, it's time for a commercial. We'll be right back, everybody. We're getting ready for a prank. Give us just a few seconds. So here's the lady's name. What was done at her house. This is the date. But like it says she's going to ask her phone number. Well, I'm not going to say that girl's phone number over the microphone, and I don't want to say where she lives over the microphone either. I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't even say the first name. Just say Miss, because that's a common name, and just go from there. And if it gets asked about phone number or where she lives, say, ma'am, y'all have already been to my house, so you already know where I live. And at this point, after me feeling a little weird, I don't feel comfortable giving my address out again or my phone number because I already feel like there's been a little sexual harassment going by the way the guys acted. Are you going to be able to?
No. Abby can.
Be able to do that prank? Okay, so Jeff's girl, who I'd been making cracks about the Waffle House one morning, he decides to call me and say she's a representative of Waffle House and they're going to sue me for the accusations I made. And I said, fine, let's go to court. I said, it's true statements. I found hair in my food. I'm legally able to do that. And she kept trying to get all legal, and I kept pushing the envelope, going, well, come on, let's go. So,
Yeah, and me and Mike, because nobody knew it was a
nobody
joke.
knew it was a prank.
And me and Mike are sitting here looking at each other, and we're like, is this real? Is this real?
So they reverse pranked us. So now, because he's in a furniture store, his guys had to go out and replace the slats on her bed.
Right.
So we want to prank this woman and say that we're calling on behalf of this lady, meaning you would have to say you're the lady. And say, listen, your 2 guys that came out on Monday kind of insinuated that I was acting too rough on my bed. That's what broke my bed, and that I would need to go bounce and do my dirty on the sofa, keep from tearing up. And say, I feel that that's just not appropriate. And I actually feel like your 2 guys were,
Borderline.
were crossing lines, insinuating things that I don't believe is necessary. And the thing is, if they start asking for an address or for a phone number, you say, ma'am, I already feel like your people are sexually harassed me. You already have this information, and I don't feel like giving it to you again because I'm actually nervous since they've been in my home that they may come back.
So who is this lady to Jeff? Where does she
Just
work?
a coworker.
She works with them at By Design. Kathy.
Write that down. So
I've written down what needs.
what's the chick's name where they went out to the house?
Hey, Miss Johnson. I don't want to give out her name where she lives.
Correct.
Live. I wouldn't.
No. That's
Same time, I can't give out somebody's birth.
ask for Kathy.
No, that's what I was thinking. So, your parents have guardianship over your brother?
Well, my mom. $31.
That's what they're saying that I have. Well, they're saying I have
Make sure with my mom.
I don't know how much that costs. I don't know what the hell to do.
No, what are you talking about guardianship? What?
That I have to have guardianship over Ashley.
Don't. Probably didn't think you even needed to.
She's
Child.
my kid.
But she's not anymore.
She's an adult. Yeah.
She's an
So
adult.
I have to. Yeah, especially since she's turning 22 and graduating high school.
Yeah. So what do you got to go do? Anybody told you what you need? So that's why you were asking.
Yeah.
Why don't you reach out to that girl Tracy.
Because this says that the guardianship, you have to go to probate court. I don't know how much it costs.
Guessing.
Get an
Oh, she's-
attorney and everything.
Oh, she's over.
That's where my brain's kind of been.
And we're back. We're back for more.
Yeah.
So look, we're gonna try to do a prank. You got this?
I'm gonna try.
Listen, you are. I know you can be serious because unfortunately, I've heard you get serious several times. So I know that you can pull off being serious.
That's a different kind of serious.
But you gotta be like, you gotta try to act a little bit. You gotta be able to be nervous, hurt, a little bothered by this happening. You're a single woman living in Atlanta. It kind of bothers you now thinking that there's
so that's where
two
that's
men.
Where they
That's
had
where
to
she
go?
lives. Yes, but I don't want to throw that out like that.
No. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, but you live in Atlanta. You're a single woman. It's a little bothered now that you've had these two men that have delivered some furniture to your house and made sexual insinuations, and now you're a little fearful and you just wanted to report this. You ready?
Let's do it.
I'm muting me and
I don't think you muted. No, you didn't mute me.
Good morning, By Design.
Yes, ma'am. Can I speak to Kathy, please?
Speaking.
Hey, Kathy. This is Miss Johnson. I was calling about a delivery that was done to my apartment a few weeks back. You had two guys that came out that had to replace a couple bed slats on my bed.
Okay.
I really don't want to give out my information. I don't know if you could pull up my information on your computer that you have in the office. I didn't even get the guys' names.
Having trouble.
But the reason why I was calling is because the two men that came out, they kind of made me really nervous. They made kind of inappropriate comments.
Like what?
They had said in reference to the bed slats being replaced that they were wondering what had actually taken place and why they had to come out and just replace 2 of the slats and not all of them. And that if I was going to be that rough with the slats, that I needed to go.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
And being a single woman, I found
Yes.
that very inappropriate.
I totally agree. Hang on a second. Let me pull your account up and let me see if I can figure out who was out there.
Yes, ma'am. And I mean, I hate
Wow.
to call and make,
No, please
complaints
don't feel
like
bad
this,
at
but
all.
this
That's
is
not
just
acceptable.
right. This is just not cool at all.
No, it's not, and I am so sorry.
So
I can tell you, I know it was either one of my people or the company that we contract, and as inappropriate as it is, I'm not making light of it. The guys are really pretty decent guys.
and I feel horrible,
don't
and
think you shouldn't
now they know where I
be afraid.
live, and they could come back.
What is your phone number, hon?
I can't give that out. I had to step away from my desk at the moment, and I really didn't want to give that out over the phone.
Okay. Well, until I know, I don't know what to say. I apologize. You have nothing to fear. They're not coming after you. Nobody's gonna, if I did even say something, it would be addressed to the entire team, everybody involved.
Yes, ma'am.
But it would help me know better which team to go to, my team or the team with contract.
Right, and I understand that. But I'm just so distraught over this. I couldn't even tell you who or what it was.
Wow.
I mean, how would this make you feel, or how does this make you feel with a complaint like this?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, how does this make you feel with knowing that you have a crew out there that are making lewd and suggestive comments?
It's very upsetting. I'm very shocked, and I'm a little bit pissed off, to be honest with you. I can't believe that they would say something like that.
Man, Kathy, you're pissed off after doing that Waffle House prank to me? Golly, that sucks.
Fuck you.
This is DJ Scottie.
Fuck you.
Jeff put me up to this. He said he wanted to get even because tomorrow's your birthday. And don't cuss, you're live. I just wrote her the paper. I said, ask her how this makes her feel.
And I'm thinking, how does it make me feel?
Sorry, I kind of got thrown
Oh
under
my
the
God,
bus.
I'm going to get him.
She said, Jeff had sent this. He said, do you remember Kathy that pulled the Waffle House prank? And I'm like, yeah. He says, tomorrow's her birthday, and if you're going to get her, you got to get her today.
Yes, I took tomorrow off.
Yeah. So he sent me some stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to give out people's names. I don't really want to give out locations, or because that's not really legal and right,
Right,
so it's
right,
like I got to do this prank and be kind of sneaky about it. So when you started asking for numbers, I'm looking at her going, we can't give out nothing. We don't know it. We can't give it out,
And I'm
Well,
sorry.
you guys, that was good.
How does this
I
make you
was
feel?
Do you feel warm and fuzzy?
She feels hot and pissed off.
See what service calls we've done.
Yeah. If we describe the weather right now, it'd be muggy with a case of whoop ass.
Jeff just opened the door. He's laughing at me.
And he was like texting me going, man, I've got to have you do this quick because I'm fixing to go up front. I won't be able to listen. So we had to squeeze this in super fast.
Well, happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I hope you
Oh
blow
my
out
God,
candles and not
kill
blow up
him.
buildings.
I think I'll blow up some buildings. It'll make me feel better.
Sorry to get your blood pressure up.
Hey, look, I owed her that after what she did with that Waffle House prank.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's funny because I'm going to tell you this real quick. I thought about you this morning because when I came in, Jeff had it blaring on his phone like he always does, which is fine. And you did the commercial about, being just for fun, just for fun, just for fun. And I thought, yeah, it wasn't just for fun when he was all pissy because I thought I was Waffle House manager.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing I did get you today. See, you were already thinking about it.
I was. but never in my wildest dream.
Yeah. See, this is what your good friends do to you.
Yeah.
Because your bad ones, they don't think about you enough to do anything like this. But your good ones will throw you under the bus in a heartbeat. This is super funny though, because you were serious, like, oh my God, this is horrible.
I'm taking notes. Well, it is horrible. If one
It
of my
is.
team said that, I mean, that's just,
Oh yeah.
that is horrible.
Oh, it is.
Poor
It's
lady.
super, super horrible. All right. Well, we're
Poor
going to get
lady.
out. You have a great day and go smack Jeff.
Thank
Hey,
you.
video it, man. That would be interesting.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Unless you don't need any kind of proof of said violence happening. Well, you have a great day and have a great birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Turn your
you.
phone off
You guys
tomorrow.
Have a good day, too. Yeah, believe me, I am.
He may give me the numbers while I'm saying it. Turn the phone off.
Yeah, it's going off, I assure you.
Well, you have a great birthday. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
That was
Bye.
so awesome. How does that make you feel?
She's like,
And she F-bombed it twice. Hopefully you didn't make it out very good because it was a little cut off. But
right.
boy, she was F-bombing it, boy. Ugh. That was friggin' awesome, Jeff. She's going to kill you. She's going to kill you.
I had a
Oh, my
text come in
God.
going, tell her that you've already called the police and made a report.
Yes, I saw that, but I didn't want to go to that level because
Right,
that would have really just taken it one step further.
right.
Because then she really would have erupted at that point. That's the thing is, I
Uh-huh.
have to I have to keep this in mind when I'm planning these out. I have to visualize how is this person going to act, because I do know the lady. So it's like I have to kind of keep a little limitation on what information we say
Right.
and how far we push the buttons. Like if we did the prank on the lady that we called her, she had just had a breast augmentation, if you will, several months back. And her people put us up to it on her birthday, and we called with Flying Brian doing the gay boy's voice, saying that we found a slight trace of mercury in the left one, and we needed the left one back
Yeah, it's funny.
because there's been a case of leakage. Well,
Right.
mercury in your bloodstream will kill you.
Right.
So she's like,
Didn't know what to say.
yeah, because we only want the left one.
We don't want the
We don't
other
want the other one because the serial number for the left one popped up. So in your mind, it's like you have to visualize yourself as that person.
one. Right.
If you're going to take one, you're taking both.
Right.
Like you're not just taking one. I'm not taking that chance.
Right.
So but once you get that person crying, you have to kind of pull. I want everybody to be on the bipolar roller coaster. I got to take you from pissed to laughing to sad to pissed.
Right.
And then I have to take the dagger and stab your balloon and pop your balloon because I have to do that to make it funny.
Right.
So I have to kind of keep all this in mind when we're doing some of these pranks because some of these people, if you get them too far, you're going to lose it. You're either going to lose the prank or you're going to really lose them to where they're going to blow your house up.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm just tossing that out there.
That was funny.
Oh, yes, that was funny. How does that make you feel? Boy, she was... Her first syllables after that were
Puck you.
yeah, frack. Let's go with
Yes.
frack because there's no mispronouncing frack.
Right.
That
I
is
was
our
just talking about hockey.
no. Yeah, the problem is people will misunderstood what words you said, and at least saying frack, it's pretty simple that we did not f-bomb.
She sure
Just
did
wow.
though.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was. That was funny.
I'm looking to see if what we missed yesterday as far as birthdays. Well, we got Rick Hicks. I'm looking to see is there any others that we could have or should have called. Because we've learned that you can't prank them sometimes on their birthday because they're expecting it.
Right.
Yeah, especially the listeners that listen all the time.
Yeah. So I'm even going back to Mondays in case we didn't look at something on Monday.
Mm,
Anybody else got anything?
No.
No. You're just like, no. I am so glad you came prepared today. Last night I said, who wants to come in tomorrow? And Stephanie's like, me, and
Well,
shows
look,
up
I was being
empty-handed.
Horseshack.
Yeah, but you came in with nothing.
Well, look, and I know this is kind of boring, but this morning I was just scrolling and it was talking about 15 things to never put in the microwave.
Oh, yeah, let's go for it. Have you ever microwaved a solid egg?
No.
Yeah, put it in there for 15 minutes.
No, why? What happens is it
It
just,
Just do it.
explodes.
yeah, no.
And put in a marshmallow or one of them little peeps. Put a peep in there.
It was talking about, yeah, they explode. You know,
Yeah,
if
man.
you put two peeps in there, it looks like they're fighting.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. That could be interesting, but I don't want to use my microwave. Let's use
I know,
yours.
right? Well, one of them says yogurt and butter containers. Plastic containers like yogurt cups and butter containers are meant for one-time use. They aren't made to withstand the high temperatures and heat of a microwave. And then it says it can release the chemicals in the food.
Right.
Grapes.
Hey, before you change, how many times have you ever taken just a styrofoam plate with a hot dog and nuked it for 45 seconds? I mean, people do that all the time. Have you ever looked at the plate to see?
Oh, it's melted.
Yeah,
It's melted.
Right.
But what you don't realize is there's toxics
that
have come off of your styrofoam and onto your food, and you do that. Like, I've done it and not even thought about it until afterwards. And then I watched something on TV where they were talking about people microwaving certain fake Tupperware bowls. Like, if it's not a microwavable bowl and you're nuking like some leftover spaghetti, you now, if you go look into your spaghetti bowl and you rub your hand in there to wash it, you notice there's pits in it. Well, those pits are where like the meat was stuck against. And it's not that the meat just melted into it. It's where some of it melted off onto your meat and then you just consumed it.
Right.
So we have to really kind of keep some of that stupidity in mind when we do those kind of things.
One of the next one was grapes. Don't put grapes in there. They'll explode and catch fire.
No doubt. Now I want to try that.
Aluminum foil. Hopefully everybody knows not.
Duh.
Forks.
I
Don't put a fork in there.
I have a little story to tell about that, talking about aluminum. My sister-in-law, she was asked to heat up some water one day. She got the iron pan, put some water in it, and then put it in the microwave.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily, it was caught before anything happened. But yeah, she actually put a pan of water in the microwave to heat
That's
it
crazy.
She didn't get burnt.
I know.
That's absolutely crazy.
And then one of the next one was nothing. When there's nothing in the microwave to absorb the microwaves, it can actually catch fire by itself.
Really? Do you know how many times people have done that? That's strange.
Yep. And then be careful with
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I just got from Travis. We have a microwave we can try some of these experiments on.
Yes, let me know how that works out.
Yeah, he found one in the dumpster.
You're not using it, are you?
No, he rides around with it on his truck, and if he needs to heat up stuff for like different material or whatever, he's got the microwave right there. So, yeah. But now, one thing that I always do that someone taught me, if you have a lot of baked on food on the inside of your microwave, if you take a cup of water and put a couple of drops of dish detergent in it, and put it in the microwave for a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, you can wipe everything off of it.
I've heard that with vinegar, but I've never heard it with soap. So that's
I've never heard it of vinegar.
Well, you always hear them say take white vinegar and run it through your coffee maker and stuff like that. So
it cleans it.
Yeah, because
so I've heard that you take a bowl of vinegar, and not just pure vinegar, but you can mix it up with water, and you heat it to a boil, and it steams, and all that steam goes inside your microwave and cleans your microwave.
Yep, and you can just wipe it off with a
The whole thought of a microwave really is kind of silly. We're nuking our food. You know what I mean? If you really think about it.
The microwaves that you're ingesting.
Yeah, I never thought about it until you put it like that, Scotty. Gee, thanks. Because I eat something out of the microwave at least once a day.
Thinking about all those radiation.
If anything, maybe to kill some of the pork rinds you've ate over the years. It's just, when you really think about it, some of the stuff, it's like,
Look, this is another page called Weird Facts. It says there are over 800 castles for sale in France. Some of them are cheaper than a old 2-bedroom house in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to buy one? The problem is anybody, I'm from the world of construction, and I've actually helped remodel, down in Hampton, we remodeled a 150-something-year-old house. The problem is most of those houses, when they were built, there's no insulation in the walls. Right. Like we pulled off plaster one time, and there was cardboard. That was their insulation, was cardboard. So yes, it's a great idea that you want to live in this 100-year-old house, but unless you plan on doing something better siding, something better with some interior work. You're buying a 100-year-old drafty house with a horrible foundation with cracks everywhere.
Right.
So, I mean, I know it might sound like a great idea,
But it's a terrible idea.
you better have a pocket full of money.
Yep.
You just better have a pocket full of money because you've got to do a ton of remodeling
just to live there.
Just to be able to live there properly.
Listen to this. After Disney released the movie The Princess and the Frog, over 50 children were hospitalized with salmonella from kissing frogs.
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh.
I watched something the other day on one of the survival shows, and a dude had caught a lizard, cut the lizard up, and ate the heart raw.
Oh,
But
really?
most of the lizards have salmonella problems. So it's
Yeah.
like you just killed this and ate it raw. You just possibly ingested something not so good for the body.
Look, now it's talking about the movie The Lion King. Pumbaa, the little warthog,
Yes.
was the first character to fart in a Disney movie.
That's kind of funny to know.
Yeah.
And what's funny is Disney, you know, they own the rights for Pirates in the Caribbean and all this other stuff.
Star
When you
Wars.
start hearing about now some of the Disney movies that are not, you know, such kid friendly anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Not to say they're not kid friendly, but they're not kid shows.
Mhm.
That's what I was trying to get out. Right, so what else?
It also talks about the movie. The animators were so impressed with Jeremy Irons' performance that they worked his facial features into Scar's face. So if you look at the, yeah, that's wow.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
And you know, some folks, I don't want to throw names out. Some folks really
Here
like
you
watching
go.
the Disney cartoons. You know, a lot of these later movies I've just not watched. And I mean, I know when Zaylee gets older, I'm gonna have to be stuck watching them, and I already know
No
it. but-
more Mickey Mouse.
well, you know, it's she saw Mickey Mouse and freaked the halo out last
Yeah,
Sunday.
she went
Holy
the other
cow,
way.
she wasn't
Look,
having
here's
any
a
of that.
real random one. Male bees have sex once and then they die because their testicles explode.
I got a feeling that Eddie Murphy was not too far away when he was talking back in the 80s on his Raw tour that eventually that the STDs will be so bad that you'll stick it in and pow, it just blows off. And that right there kind of seems like that's part of it. You know, right now, come on, Charlie Sheen, man, a great example. Stay home. Don't go out and find no hookers. Not a safe profession anymore.
No.
I don't know that it ever was, is the joke behind it.
Well, you
My
know, the
phone's getting lit.
actor Morgan Freeman that always does the voices and
Yeah.
he always does the readbacks. It says his talent for acting was discovered at age 12 when he was forced into a drama class as punishment for teasing a girl in his class. That's when he
Wow.
was discovered.
And then look where he is now.
Right.
He's actually come out with a new TV show. I'm not going to say he came out with it, but he's part of a new TV show. It's people researching God,
Yeah. And
discussing all the gods from all the
Yeah.
different religions, and
how they
all these
worship
kind of
them.
things. Yeah, man. And you
it
know,
looks interesting.
a lot of people are trying to say that there's ultimately one God, and we're all worshiping the same God. We're just doing it in different forms, different manners.
using different names for him, which
And I believe, you know, if he was an alien and he traveled down here, he was able to fly around the world, and that's why they see him in different ways.
Right.
But I also believe the Predator is an alien, and it's the
Bigfoot.
same. And well, I was going to say, and that he's the same creature that Bigfoot is, and that the reason that these weirdos see UFOs sightings, and then you'll see another sighting about a Bigfoot, is because the Predator has come back to the world to hunt some more ignorant dumbasses to take back to his planet to do anal probing.
Yep.
And make beef jerky. So I just feel that the UFO chasers and the Bigfoot chasers are chasing the same people, same person, the same it, and they just don't realize that they're one and the same.
Oh, did you see what Alex just said?
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
Alex, I'm throwing you under the bus. You're all worshiping air.
There you go. Let him have his beliefs too.
I know, right?
All right, let's shoot off the commercial. We overtalked ourselves. We'll be right back. It's just for fun in the morning. I'm trying to get get a song loaded up. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. It's always as usual. It's just for fun. I guess because I worked so long Saturday.
Look, straw art. Speaking of T-Rex.
But I feel like today's Friday. He says off this Friday?
Friday and Saturday.
But you have kids.
Oh my goodness. Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Okay. Find lunch.
Well, I got my meeting at 10 o'clock. Oh, they called at least. Bike show at the Trade Center that day. I didn't know that either. He goes, saw y'all walking. Now riding all day. Well, I thought you saw me and left. I said, no, I didn't even know you were there. What's wrong with believing in fairies, Alex?
I believe it.
I know, right?
And I believe in angels, Alex.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, man, my body is just like.
And if you want evidence of a God and evidence of angels and miracles do happen, look at my child, Alex. It's perfect evidence of it.
She never did text me back. I do know that joint custody.
Mm-hmm.
Dad maintained insurance.
Yeah, because
Medicaid, right? Medicare is for what?
for older, yeah. I don't know at what point though with Ashley that it's going to change from Medicaid to Medicare. So he might already be on the Medicare, and yeah. Yeah, they told me once she turned 22 that I could apply on her behalf for food stamps, but that I have to also, with that, have guardianship. It's like, okay, great. So I got to go tomorrow to get her birth certificate at the courthouse because that's when Travis gets paid. So I'll just find
We are about to show you something.
You know,
We are about to show you something that is going to make you run out and join.
I hope not.
We are about
I hope it's just something that I can do all the paperwork and.
Sorry for people on video. I was trying to get something ready for when we come back.
Nah.
What?
How much it's gonna cost to get the guardianship?
Gotta go down there.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna go do that tomorrow. Then I gotta go get her a new social security card, but I gotta have the.
You can order that online.
Can I?
Get a new card.
One live.
Person.
And we're back. And look, I'm still flipping on some TMZ stuff. Here's the thing about Britney Spears puts Photoshop rumors to rest.
We are about to show you something that is going to make you run out and join a yoga class. Britney Spears, at the age of 34, the body is back.
This is so great, you guys, especially coming on the heels of her posting on Instagram not that long ago, her laying by the pool. And she got a lot of heat from people who said it was Photoshop, but now here she is in the flesh, totally killing it. Like there's a clear six-pack definition
this
there.
is not just yoga though, right? This is the fact that she is on stage multiple nights a week in Vegas for her residency.
I hear some people saying that, but honestly, we've seen the video from the show. She's not dancing that hard in that show.
But it's
right?
a lot of practice.
She doesn't dance that hard in the show.
Like 2 hours of non-stop dancing.
You can be barely like swaying side to side, but for 3 hours, that's going to be a workout eventually.
She's admitting she's just swaying side to side. I'm just saying, I hear her talk a lot. She talks a lot about her yoga regimen. And I look at these photos and I go, why isn't everybody, that is
She's
amazing.
Just so toned. She looks the thing. It's really awesome.
So kudos to her.
Yeah, I'm not lying. I've
We are
said
about to say
several
something
times
that is going to make you run
that
out.
because now my AT&T Uverse has apps and it offers a yoga, and I've had just so many people reach out and that do yoga. I mean, hell, even when Aaron Hill was around, and my daughter both, they both do it. And sometimes I jokingly say they must be one of the same. It's kind of like saying, Superman, Clark Kent, you never see them together. Right. So I've made the joke about Emmy and Aaron. You never seen them in the same room together. Are they one of the same? But they both do yoga and swear by it. And my daughter has said so many times that would really, really help my back. So as I'm getting older, I'm kind of learning. Like they told me I'd get about 10 years to 11 years before I start seeing a decline of my, like I already had a very large percentage of the nerve damage. So my right leg was already a little shot. And I was already told, hey, you're going to get 10 to 11 years. And I got about 12, maybe 13. And now.
So you're pushing the envelope.
Oh, it's already been pushed. Yeah, it's worse now than it was. So, and I know that. But there again is where I was supposed to be doing stretches and exercise every single morning for the rest of my life. And I don't do it. So, I'm willing to believe I need to try to do something.
But shoot, now they have these machines, and my brother has one. That's how I know about them, where you can put them. It's like electric shock that makes your muscles think that you're working out, but you're not really. You could be sitting right there and have this hook to you, and it's working out your muscles.
You act like I don't know what that is.
I don't want.
Did you just now learn about this?
I'm not. No, it's been a couple of years.
I'm just messing with you. I just think it's funny. You're making a big deal out of it.
He has an electric chair over there. He could go sit in.
Yeah, there you go. Go do your workout, Scotty.
Every time my shoulders and stuff start hurting, it's a TENS unit. I put that on there. So
didn't you wire that one up?
Yeah. And what?
I was just gonna say he's got one that's strictly for his abs, and it's so funny because he can be sitting there playing
his abs. What kind of what abs? I'm just
kidding. Oh, not him, my brother.
Have you seen her brother? What abs?
He's got better abs than you, but anyways, he can be sitting
the dude's
there.
a fat ass. How do you?
He's not.
I have seen him. What do you got a crush on your brother?
No.
Travis is in better shape than your brother.
Okay.
You got some screwed up glasses. You need to go to a doctor. There's anything about your brother.
It's that rose colored.
Good Lord. You need to quit fantasizing, Miss Alabama.
Oh, I don't think so. No,
he is not. No. If we were picking ripe oranges, he's not one that would be picked.
He's let himself go a little bit because he's
a
not,
little bit. Are
he's
you
not
kidding
working
me?
out like he used to.
Oh my
because
goodness.
he's in school.
You're trying to convince
And
him of
everything.
something, and he.
We're
ain't
talking
gonna
about the
do it.
brother. We're talking about the brother that lived in West Porterdale.
Yes.
You have fallen and bumped your friggin' head.
Whatever. But anyways, it was funny to
She's
sit
like,
there
whatever.
and watch him when he puts that machine on his abs and he'll be sitting there playing the video games. And
Yeah,
you can just
because
see
his
him.
lazy ass won't work out and he only plays video games. You are admitting that your brother's a lazy ass, which only goes to my definition of he is definitely pot-bellied. And you're saying, oh, as he sits and plays his video
He's
games
got
with his
more
little
abs
ab
than
machine.
you.
Jesus Christ, Santa Claus got more abs than anybody, right? Come on. That is, everybody has abs,
No.
Steph.
They're just some may be
Don't-
more hidden than others.
The boy ain't seen a six-pack since he picked it up at Ingles last night. Come on.
Whatever. I'll
What
have
is-
to find his
why- oh my
Wolverine
God.
picture.
From when? When he was like 18?
No, about 4 years ago, I think it was.
Go stalk your brother's pictures and find a picture.
He wants to see it.
That is so friggin' hilarious. Talk about a brother like he's all that in a bag of Cheetos. He's all that, a
He
12-pack of
used to-
Coors and friggin' a box of,
Don't you mean
Mm.
Rockdale Light?
yeah, Rockdale Light, exactly.
That's disgusting.
That is funny.
I don't drink
That is hilarious to hear her even say all
Yeah, I
this.
was going to ask you, how is that? Because I've heard a lot of people say that was.
It's
not-
like Coors Light. I really don't see a whole lot of difference between Rockdale Light and Coors Light.
But didn't you say you had some in the fridge upstairs?
I think I still got one left.
Oh,
Are you the one? You brought it over, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we might have one.
Ooh.
I screwed up and drank a Corona Light and then tried to drink it, and there's just too big of a difference between the two. I mean, you know what I mean? Like your taste buds is already going one direction, and then you taste that, and it's like, yeah,
It's like, nope, sorry.
yeah.
Go back the other way.
Damn it, it won't pull up.
What is she talking about pulling up?
Her
A
brother.
picture
Her-
of my brother.
Her pull ups. Does she have some of
See?
Zaylee's pull ups?
All that looks like is he's hacked in his gut.
Damn it. No,
That
that's
is
what,
so freaking hilarious.
that's when
Watch
he was
this.
working out.
Whatever. God, whatever. He just looks like a guy that has sucked in his gut.
No, he didn't.
And
suck
that don't
in
even
his
look like
gut.
your brother. You
That
can't even
is
see
my
his face. The
brother.
phone
That
is
is my
over his
brother.
nose, his
She
lips,
has
and
her
his
thumb
chin.
over the face.
Whatever, Stephanie.
That
Quit
is my
fantasizing.
brother.
Quit fantasizing about your brother. All right, now this right here is
Whatever.
TMZ showing some stuff about them saying now Tupac is alive. Watch this.
This is
That's
crazy.
God's alive.
I'm He's alive. Yeah. That is Tupac Shakur. At least as far as I'm concerned, it's Tupac Shakur.
Ooh,
He
it
is an
does look
actor,
like him.
and he is playing Tupac Shakur in the Morgan Creek biopic. His name is Demetrius Shipp. And look at that.
Holy cow.
Look at that.
It looks Tupac. It looks like Tupac that had a nose job.
Crazy.
So this is being produced by
Did you
a guy
see
named
that?
Elton
Right.
Hutton,
Yeah.
and he knew how much Demetrius looked like Tupac, so asked him if he would be interested. Of course, he said yes. So they've been giving him acting classes 4 times a week for the past year.
He's never had an acting class. He's never acted before.
Never
in his life.
acted.
So they hired this guy not because of any acting ability. He could have been horrible at it. They just liked his look.
Well, yeah. You could be the best actor in the world. If you don't look like Tupac, it's not going to fly.
In my opinion, a Tupac movie is going to be so heavily involved in his emotions and his feelings at the time. And
He got lost in it.
Bitch, yeah, you're going to have a guy who can really, really, acting-wise, bring him to the screen. It's a little bit problematic if the guy doesn't have the chops acting. You don't think so?
Well, I've been told by people associated with this that they were blown away by how good and how real this guy was.
Wow. By the way, Demetrius, it really beats playing birthday parties. I'll tell you that.
That's true. Was he doing that before?
I don't know. Probably. He looks just like it.
He looks like Tupac that has had a nose job. Like his
His-
nose is a little thinner and not as wide.
Well, also his skin is a little bit darker.
A little darker, yeah.
I mean, I know that don't mean anything. He could go lay in a tanning bed, or he could go outside and get a moon burn. But just
So
I just think it's funny, all these actors and celebrities that they want to still say is alive that are dead.
But the thing is, like the Tupac, what was it? Rotten Tomatoes. You can go look and actually see some autopsy pictures.
who wants to see that? I mean, once you've seen
And
the
it
dead
was
body,
right.
you
But it
really-
was also before Photoshop and all this other stuff. That's where
Yeah.
people said, "Oh, that's Photoshop." I'm like, I saw this after his death, and that's before all this Photoshop was really quite as possible as it is now.
But you know what? And I mean, I ain't knocking the pictures. Pictures are one thing, but when you actually are there and you can see the body, smell it, et cetera, that would give you a whole different look as to, okay, it's some pictures.
Sorry, I was scrolling down to see if there's any more stuff, because we just ain't on it today.
No. Have you ever watched anything from Rebel Wilson?
No.
She was in the movie.
Hilarious.
Yes. She was in Pitch Perfect, and she is a hilarious.
Oh yeah, this is that actress / comedian crazy chick.
She's
Let's
from
watch
Australia.
this. Yeah,
right.
watch.
So Rebel Wilson has, like, out of the blue, just taken a huge shot at the Kardashian family.
She had a lot she wanted to get off her chest, clearly, about the Kardashians, and it all came pouring in.
Not that you hate any of them individually, but there's something that what they stand for is totally against what I stand for. Like, they seem a bit superficial, and they not really, their careers aren't really based on talent.
Right.
And I know they're super popular, but I'm all about your kind of personality and working hard to get to where I am.
I went on to say Kim Kardashian got famous from a sex tape, whereas I went to acting school and worked hard at my craft. This is generational envy, because it used to be the way you got famous was from acting or singing or doing something where you quote unquote have talent, and now you don't have to do those things to become famous.
Kardashians have 9 seasons under their belt and are very wealthy from their really popular television shows. So I would say that any actress that comes out and says Kim Kardashian's not talented, not an actress, guess what? In the end, they're all entertainers, and they make money from entertaining. And you know what? Kim Kardashian's got $100 million, and I don't know what Rebel Wilson has. Probably not that high. So they're entertaining, and Kim Kardashian's doing it better.
Mike,
God, he's going a little hard,
man.
He sounds so much like Donald Trump right there.
Yeah,
but that makes sense, because it is a world of entertaining. Some people, some people hate me and say I have no talent, but yet they still listen every day.
Of course they're going to listen. They love to listen. They love to hate you.
That's right. Let them. I love it. I love you for that. Because for when you're out there talking all that smack about me to somebody that doesn't have a clue who I am, they go to my page to start seeing who I am, and then they turn on the radio app
to listen.
And then they laugh, and then they call me. So, it's really funny too is when I see these haters that want to talk smack about me to their friends, but they have no intelligence to realize that the friends that they're talking to are also my friends. So as soon as you ran your mouth, they called me to tell me that you ran your mouth. That's how the idiot formerly known as Sidekick got busted. He ran his CS about me, and the person he ran it to hung right up with him, was in shock that he ran his mouth to say what he said. And she called me to say, listen, I don't know what to do with said information. I don't think I want to be part of what he is anymore, because if he's going to talk this about you, then he's talking it about everybody. And that's how I found out what OCS was doing behind my back,
Right.
And then didn't deny it. I mean, not really.
That really takes a pair to want to do that to someone that you considered a best
I
friend.
actually think it doesn't take a pair. Because if he had a
what
pair,
does he have to gain by it, though?
But if he had a pair, he would have said something to me years ago instead of walking in my shadow, lurking, using just for fun to hook up with, women at bars,
right?
And to meet the girls,
hanging off of your tails.
If he hated me so bad, then why did he do it? Because he just clearly used me,
right?
But yet his words are, "Well, Scottie used me and had me do all these events." Nobody forced you to come to these events. You came to these events at the bar because you wanted to hook up with a drunk girl.
Right.
That's what you did.
And that's pitiful.
Yeah.
That's just awful.
So back to the
hey, before we go any further, look, Alex just mentioned that the notorious Biggie Smalls is going on tour next year as a hologram.
Yeah, come on.
There's other people talking about the Tupac tour that was a hologram.
Are you going to buy tickets for that?
No. I tell you, I wanted to go to the Pink Floyd laser show one time in Atlanta, because even though they weren't trying to say anybody from Pink Floyd was there, it was just a good time.
Right.
At least we knew it was a good time.
Yeah, because it was
I want to go see Elvis's hologram. That's what I want to see.
Mm.
You can go to Memphis for that, and y'all are going to Lynchburg, so you might as well go to Memphis.
Might as well. Might as well.
And who knows? They probably have him as a hologram
Hey,
standing
who
in
knows?
his white living room.
Yeah, why not? I want to go to the KFC mansion too. All right, how about this one? They're saying that the Sports Illustrated supermodel Samantha is standing there modeling her buttocks.
SI swimsuit model had a
But
little
don't look at it.
interesting incident at lunch. She went to Earth Bar wearing that.
It looks like she's got a thong and a sweatshirt on.
Somebody took a picture and it went up on social media and became this whole thing where people were attacking her and shaming her and saying that it was inappropriate to be in a restaurant. Samantha joins us right now. Samantha, how you doing?
Hey, how are you guys?
What if she was at a Starbucks right next to the beach?
I think honestly, this is so funny to me.
And why so?
I think it's hilarious because honestly, I rolled out of bed. I went to my home gym that's right downstairs, and then I rolled to Earth Bar, which is like my second home. And yeah, I'm leaning over the counter, and my shorts are a little short. But when you have a tiny waist like mine, I mean, try finding shorts that fit.
They don't know.
Wow. Because I don't have a tiny waist like that, but
I mean, for someone to go out of their way and take a picture of me bending over at a counter, obviously I have a wedgie. You know, it wasn't like I was walking around like that. I picked it out as soon as I got done. You know,
it would have been more inappropriate to pick a wedgie while you're in a restaurant, right? Because
It's so stupid even listening to her.
She so set that up.
Look at his look.
Is it safe to say that
she knew what she was doing?
Yes, she wanted attention.
That was so funny listening to that. When you have a waist small like mine, how do you find stuff to fit? No, truthfully, everything would fit.
Right. Yeah.
Everything would fit.
Try having a waist like mine and finding something that fits right.
Isn't that the opposite? Like what she just said is totally reversed roles.
Yes.
Try finding something that fits when you have a waist small like mine. Biatch, a napkin would have fit.
Yeah.
She could have put a dish towel on the back of her butt and it would have covered.
But yes, she has a wedgie.
Oh my God.
That was more than a wedgie.
You knew you had a wedgie. Don't
You
lie.
knew exactly what you were doing.
Only hookers might be the only ones to say they didn't know what crawled up their butts. Sorry. Had to go there. So anyways, that was a setup. I just got Alex going. Golly, bless her heart. He's been in the South too long. Isn't that funny? Bless her heart. That was good stuff. That was hilarious. Bless her heart.
She didn't know. How do you not know that your ass is hanging out of
you went to a gym? What
shorts.
sucks is you went to the gym dressed like that.
Her
So I rolled
home
out of the
gym.
bed and then went to the gym dressed like that.
Gee, thanks, Alex, but no, that's not the case.
What did he say?
He said all the fatties getting upset over the cute girl with the great ass.
No, nobody's saying it like that. If you say, yeah, I went. Let me finish. Yeah, I went down there like that on purpose. Okay.
Admit
That's all she had to say.
I'm good with that. I am okay with that. Just be ballsy enough to tell it for what it really is. You know, that's what I keep telling about. Just for fun, just for fun radio, where being real really matters. Just be real about it. Yeah, I went down there. I wanted to get somebody. I wanted to get the guy behind the counter's attention, or I just wanted to see what would happen. Or really, honestly, I just felt like being a show off today. Not I couldn't find no shorts to fit. Imagine having a waist as tiny as mine and shorts not fitting. Come the friggin' whatever. Just don't shop in the men's section or the women's section and go straight to the kids section, and you would have found something to fit.
He's like, not you.
Yeah, I'm not going there, Alex. I'm just saying there's no excuse for what she did. And you know, maybe she didn't realize she had a wedgie. Maybe she has maybe she's Botoxed or cracked so much she can't feel it when it moves. I don't know.
You cannot have a wedgie that bad and not know you have a wedgie. I mean,
maybe you can say that because you're wearing a queen size sheet across your butt. I'm just saying.
No, even I know when I have a wedgie.
I'm just saying, how do you not know that you got a wedgie?
But then again, you have women that wear.
Wouldn't you feel a draft going across your butt?
That's what I was fixing to ask.
If you feel that the temperature says I need to put a sweatshirt on, that means it's 68. I'm just saying.
It's too cold.
Then wouldn't you feel a draft across your buttocks? I'm just saying. I think
Especially
it's
as
hilarious.
much as hers was hanging out.
That is
You know her
hilarious.
cheeks had to be cold.
To be able to say those words.
I mean, it literally looked like she had a thong on.
But then,
And then a
some women
shirt.
wouldn't like to wear those every day.
Oh, I'm not knocking her. I mean, there's no way that
she knew.
She
knew
didn't
exactly.
know. Yeah.
All right.
That's
How about
just
this?
it.
I don't know who this is. Bella Thorne turns 18.
Happy birthday to Bella Thorne, who is now, much like Kylie Jenner,
she is now 18.
Has reached that magical age. She is 18. Her boyfriend.
Who is she?
I have no idea. I'll do a
Do a thing
Google.
real quick, and the video just froze. But I don't even know who
Relax.
she is.
Hey, I'm not going to go to jail.
Yeah, Greg's the only one that really gets to celebrate this birthday. I mean, he's the one that's 23. He's been waiting for her to turn 18 so that it's, legal here in California.
Are you sure he's been waiting? Yes, Greg is 23, and when you have someone who's underage and dating someone who's overage, it's always
a touchy subject.
you never know
What's
how you're supposed to
overage?
describe them when they're out. And it's
I'm
always
just
awkward.
saying.
Now we don't have to do any of that. Remember when they went to with the Teen Choice Awards? They were all over.
They were all over each other, and people were kind of giving them a hard time because she was obviously underage.
Yeah.
She's an actress.
No work.
Right? You feel comfortable?
What did she star in?
I'm a little uncomfortable because Tim's much taller than Harvey.
I just think that's just weird.
She played Adam Sandler's oldest daughter in Blended.
God, that's that long ago. Wow. I would have never known that was her.
I know.
Holy
I just thought it was
cow.
funny. She's dating someone who's overage.
Yeah, overage. So you
Okay.
got an underage, overage. That's kind of funny
So
too.
you're trying to say that there's too many years in between?
Yeah. It's always something. There's always something. Well, look, we're down to 6 minutes. What do we got planned for tomorrow? Any idea?
No.
It's Thursday.
As you just yawn into the microphone. No.
I thought you're the one that had the energy drink over there.
No, it's coffee.
Oh.
I had
And,
just
and
stopped
not
at
and
it.
not even leaded apparently.
Is it decaf?
Leaded,
No,
leaded
it's
coffee.
It's
Is
got
it black?
3. No, I got
No
3
black?
scoops of sugar in it.
Three? Oh
and
my good gracious.
3 creamers.
3 scoops? How big of a scoop?
Didn't you get diagnosed with being diabetic?
You putting sugar?
Yeah, it's that imitation sugar crap,
Splenda?
and it's not even
Aspartame?
Splenda. I'll have to take a picture of it when I get to the house because I can't remember the name.
Let me play this real
Saffron or
quick. This says you
something like
will not
that.
believe how amazing Tyler Perry's mansion is.
Which one?
That's what I was going to let it say. Hold on. Of course, the video's taking a second.
Your internet.
Load. A little. When I say a little bit, I'm being completely facetious.
34,000 square foot home, 7 bedrooms, 15.
Yeah, that's the one
bathrooms.
Travis worked on.
Real estate agents Chase Meisel and Josh Reeves are helping Tyler sell this. And good Lord, look at this place.
What do you do with 34,000 square feet? Like what?
Well, that's a palace. I mean, this is
34,000 square
absolutely
foot.
a palace.
I think you go crazy.
Oh my!
I mean, really, I'm just in awe.
You got a 2-story library. I mean, a library in your house, 2-story library. What do you
Lucius
do?
Lyons wishes he had a place like
And this guy, dear Lord.
Hi,
Travis
I'm
said it was
Vanessa calling
huge.
from McKinney, Texas. At the end of the day, he's built this empire. Not only is he brilliant at business, but he seems like a pretty amazing person too.
Yeah, you're right. It is an empire, pun intended, that he has.
Isn't that
and
just
it froze
something?
up.
Yeah, but that's okay. Good Lord.
Travis, if you're still listening, send me how many acres that the actual house is, because it's a huge house. You can
You know,
actually
they sit
see
here
it.
and they talk about Tyler Perry's mansion, but yet you have people like George Vanderbilt, who back in the late 1800s built his own personal mansion
Pardon me.
that has a 2-story library, and no one ever highlights that. Just saying.
How about they're doing something now? It's I don't know all the details, but it was some kind of raffle or some kind of thing they're doing about sleeping in Dracula's mansion.
Would you
Some
do
kind
it?
of hell yeah, try it.
Try. You wouldn't stay?
I would like to say I would.
That'd be fun.
I'd
Heck
like
yeah.
to say it would be, but the stroke of midnight, you have no idea what's going to be fun and what's not going to be fun. I mean, it is
We ought to,
Dracula's mansion.
True. We ought to go. What is the one haunted house up in like Lawrenceville? What is it called?
What?
what's it called? It's like, got like 13 stories. What's the one? Talk about spending the night. I cannot think of it, but it's up near Lawrenceville, somewhere like that. I cannot think of the name of it, but we ought to do that this Halloween. Just everybody go get in the bus and go up there.
It'd be cool to go to Gaither's Plantation. We were supposed to go do that one.
I ain't going to no gay plantation.
Not gay, Gaither.
You go to plantations where they pick cotton. You go to the gayer plantation, they pick other stuff. You want to talk about stuff being up your crack of your butt.
Isn't that what it's called?
We ain't got to be no HIV positive. I'm positive I ain't going to be there. Come on, Steph. You know that was funny. Stephanie's just like, you were off today.
She is.
You wanted to horse sack it last night. I'm going to be there. Me. And now you get here and go, not me. I'm not it. If we was playing tag, I ain't running. Sorry. Duck. There's no goose here. We just going to keep doing duck.
I got thrown off this morning. My brain got put into other mode this morning, first thing. And it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of the rule. No business before the show.
Yeah.
Now you see how it feels.
Oh yeah.
You get that business before the show.
Talking about somebody that's tongue tied.
Yeah, well, I was sitting here looking at something, reading something, and I'm waiting on a phone call.
I know, right?
No, we're not. I'm not sleeping with your husband. Neither are you.
Will in August.
Neither with you. But
no morning wood.
No, Mike. We've already had people starting to choose roommates. Apparently, Snow and Blakely are teaming up. Apparently, Snow took him on a little joyride the other day. So apparently they're teaming up.
You should have seen him in the slingshot.
Yeah.
Raven was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So apparently Jeff invited one of his buddies, so he's going to be staying with the guy he invited. It looks like Buddha will be sharing a room with me. Mike and Travis, because they're both snorers, are going to be together. Unless I find out Buddha's a snorer. If I find out Buddha's a snorer,
I guess you better talk to his wife.
I'm going to. I'm going to be like on the page, who snores? Whoever snores is sleeping in a room with somebody else that snores. Because
how do you know that you don't?
I'm a light sleeper, man. I last night I can tell you.
So you listen to yourself at night?
I'm telling you, I hear everything when I'm asleep. Last night at 3:30, I heard the bedroom door open from my mother-in-law. I heard her go into the bathroom and shut the bathroom door. I heard her turn around and go back. I can tell you if somebody touches my bus. I'm normally that guy.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood here.
No. I mean, I can just normally tell you. Me and Crystal will be watching TV, and I'll go, somebody just shut the car door outside. And she's like, there is no. Then she hears beep, beep, beep when the front door opens. And I'm like, I told you. I've always been that guy. After living in the hood, you learn to sleep with one eye open. I'm sorry, but I do. I mean, I can tell you who comes through my front door. I can be in the bed asleep and tell you somebody's opening the screen door. And she's just like, damn, man, you're such a light sleeper. I said, I'm sorry. It's just when you grow up in the hood, you pay attention.
Yep.
The ghetto bird, man. The house me and Jeff lived in, we were behind Sports Authority. And the corner, if you look at us being a corner, there was Sports Authority we were behind. If you were standing in our driveway facing the backside of Sports Authority, to our left took you toward the Polo Club and the bowling alley, and to our right was Harrison Road. So it was Memorial, Harrison, and Ray's Road. And or was it Hambrick? It was either. I can't remember. It's just a bowling alley road. It might have been Hambrick.
It's been so long ago.
I think it was Hambrick.
Well, it was Ray's Road, then Hambrick, then Harrison. But that ghetto bird was flying all night long. The DeKalb County's helicopters were always flying around. So you knew when a crime had been committed because you would hear both helicopters in the same area.
Yeah, because my aunt and
not
uncle
counting spotlights are shining in your friggin' backyard.
My aunt and uncle used to live in a condo over there.
I don't have no spotlight shining in my backyard.
If you pull in you got the one that's right here by the door.
Oh no, I'm talking about helicopters.
I'm surprised you don't have spotlights on every corner of your house.
I just hadn't got around to it yet.
You have one on the front of your house that blinds you.
I'm telling you, look, man, the house I lived at in Snellville, I had, 100 and something foot pine tree, and 35 feet up, because I was on a 32-foot ladder is how I know 35 feet up. I had a 300-watt halogen with 250-watt floods on a motion sensor, and then it looped up to it. It went up to a 500-watt halogen. So you had a halogen on the front, and then on the back side of the tree, a 500-watt halogen. And then the spotlight 150-watt shined right there on the deck and into my dining room window, and then the other one shined to my neighbor's house. And when you tripped it, it looked like the airport. And I could literally, if my motion sensor was tripped, if you were to mess around with my car, I could have walked from my bedroom straight through my house with a loaded weapon, and it would look like my kitchen light was on, and I could just walk straight through the house because that 150-watt spot shined right through that double window.
Well, you walked to your house anyway with a loaded weapon, so.
Well, that's normal.
I know, right?
That's totally normal. You know what's funny is I was making the crack the other day that somebody kept setting the alarm off on the bus, and I go outside with a spotlight in the left hand and my pistol in my right hand, and they kept setting the alarm off. And finally, the fourth time I went out there, I didn't go with a spotlight. I went with a machete. So I had the 3-foot machete in my left hand and my pistol in my right hand, and I yelled, "I'm tired of this. If I catch you, I'm going to chop you up into little pieces and leave you laying here." And do you know they've not come back?
Because they saw a crazy white guy.
How stupid is that, though? Like, you're not scared of a dude with a gun, but a dude comes out with a machete, it changes things.
Of course.
That's stupid.
That is. I mean,
that is stupid.
I guess they think,
Walking Dead on them.
But I guess they just figured at this point, they're like, the dude's, he's going to continue to get pissed off. And if I catch you in the yard, it's all on. If you got a screwdriver in your hand, like you're fixing to try to pry into my bus, and you turn with that screwdriver, I have every legal right in the world to kill you because I don't know what you're fixing to do with that screwdriver, which is true. You could come at me. You know, one of my buddies, his house got broke into on Salem, and the dude had a screwdriver and was swinging. All it takes is a jab to the throat.
Say that again. He was swinging.
Whatever. The jab, a jab to the rib cage, anything. I wasn't trying to go there for the show. I was just bringing that up. Let's get out of here.
I guess they thought they could outrun the gun, but not the machete. Huh?
I don't know.
Oh, speaking of that, you
People
ought
are
to play some
stupid.
Foster the People.
What?
Since you're leaving on that note, talking about swinging.
Yeah.
Foster the People.
I'm actually going to play People Are Strange.
And then you need to play the new Pitbull song you just downloaded.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We'll play the Foster People that you were talking about too. It's just so funny listening to people. It's, people listen to our show and they're like, man, like y'all will talk about anything. Well, of course we will. But at the same time, why do we put up with the stuff we put up with? We shouldn't have to fear sleeping in our homes. We shouldn't have to fear somebody trying to break in a car. We shouldn't have to fear any of that.
See, like, tonight will be the first night that I spend just me and Ashley because Travis is out of town working. He left this morning, and it'll be the first time in the new house completely by myself. And, I don't know what the neighborhood, I know how the neighborhood is, when we're all there. It's a great neighborhood.
Where you're at.
Yeah.
Which is why I was nervous when he was talking about bring the bus over and leave it parked at my neighbor's house. They're out of town. No.
Well, the driveway.
No, I don't care what you say. No. Let's learn something here. You haven't been in that damn neighborhood long enough to know nothing. We know people don't come forward around here very often.
Right.
These people already see I've got the super bright LEDs lighting up the driveway. My neighbors are watching me like a friggin' hawk already. I got a drug dealer that lives a couple of doors down. I mean, this neighborhood's very... I may complain about the speeding, but I don't have to worry about not being safe because all my neighbors first thought, I don't like the crazy white boy living next to me. Now they're like, I really like having the crazy white boy next to me because nothing's happening.
Well, see, and that's
your neighborhood. You don't know. Travis is like, let's load the equipment in the bus and park it next to my house in the trailer in the neighbor's yard, whatever. No.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, we don't know yet, but I mean, what we have noticed or seen, the neighborhood we moved out of, about every 30 minutes there was a cop riding through because that's how bad it was.
But it was safe. Wasn't nobody robbing nothing, were they?
There was one particular person that used to, but as soon as a house emptied out in that neighborhood, there were people that lived in that neighborhood that was going and stripping it.
But you wasn't worried about your cars getting broke into every night.
Yeah.
Okay, so move on to now where you're at. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
We don't know. I mean, everybody. First of all, though, there's no street lights in the neighborhood, so everybody leaves their porch light on, and the lights on the side of their houses on. So the neighborhood is lit up, but you know, we haven't heard of any cars getting broke into yet, but we've just been there, what, roughly 5 weeks, 6 weeks? Well, since March 1st.
Okay.
So
If I had the app going, I'd have hit the cricket button already.
spite me. But I mean, so far,
Hang
you
on,
know,
hang
we
on,
feel
hang on,
safe.
hang on.
We feel safe in the neighborhood.
So far.
So far,
Still
yeah.
a new neighborhood. And I'm with
Knock
you. I
on
understand
wood.
that. I understand that.
But not to say that I don't have my pistola right next to me because I don't know the neighborhood.
Right. My wife had to go to a different grocery store last night, and she's like, "Remind me," because we were at a gun store yesterday in Monroe, and they're listening right now. I told them to call in tomorrow and give themselves a shameless plug. But we went in there yesterday, and they're right across from the Wally Mott, right there on 70. I say 78, 138. Pardon me. And you know, she made the comment on the way out the door, you know, I still want a pistol. I said, well, turn around and walk back in. Let's get you one right now. Let's get one. There's no excuse.
What'd she say?
Well, you know, she's
She
got a snub.
needs to get
Well, she's
one.
got a snub 38, but she wants something different. She don't know what she wants
Yeah,
yet.
that's
So,
me. That's
and then she went to the
Why
store.
don't she get a little one of what you've got?
So when then she went to the store last night, the first thing she said was, remind me not to come back to this location without a pistol.
yeah, like
So here you go on Salem Road, which is notorious. Salem Road should be nuked. It should be nuked, bulldozed, and started over. Tell everybody, hey, evacuate your homes. We're nuking the place. Starting over.
But you know, that's the new Kroger that we go to. We don't go to the one that we used to go to all the time. We go to the one on Salem Road now, and we haven't had any problems whatsoever. Everybody's nice. You know, they speak
I'm
to
gonna
us.
slap you.
I mean,
What is the words you just said?
Salem Road.
Salem Road, the Kroger.
Salem Road.
We.
Yes,
Not by
we.
yourself.
Not by yourself.
I have though. I have gone by myself.
What time have you gone by yourself?
It was about 7:30, 8 o'clock
At night or in the morning?
at night.
Good luck with that. How long ago was that?
6 months ago.
I
It was during wintertime.
dare you to go tonight.
Okay.
Nice spring weather. All the nutcases are out. Feel free to go tonight by yourself.
Well, I won't be by myself.
Oh,
I'll have
really?
Ashley. I'll have Ashley.
Come on, man. You're taking all the fun out of it.
I would have to take
If
her.
we're going to set you up to be mugged, we got to have you properly dressed to be mugged.
At least I won't have stuff hanging out.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Enough
She's
picking.
gonna argue with you all
Enough
day.
picking, enough picking. I got 2 great songs coming up just to kind of throw it out there, man. It's just, we're just trying to have a day. And, you know, a lot of the things we do here is to be entertaining. It's strictly to be entertaining. Don't take a lot of stuff to heart. We will throw facts in with other good information. But what I try to always make you people understand is
Just for fun.
it's just for fun. We want to take you on an emotional roller coaster. We want you giggling. We want you pissed off. We want you confused. We want you standing there thinking in an entirely different way. The problem is the world today, everybody thinks the same way that they have been every single day. They get into this thing called repetition. They get up at 6, they go to work, they get home at this time, they play on their phones, they go to bed. They get up, they go to work, they play. We have become cattle amongst the sheep.
Getting too complacent.
So I need you to open your mind and start realizing that the world is not exactly what you think it may be, that your world, we may live on the same planet, but you live in a different world than me. And I live in a different world as her, and nobody lives in the world that Stephanie lives in. So everybody needs to understand that everybody lives in a different
It's
world.
a square world.
It's a bag like pork rinds come in.
With hot sauce.
So we're out of here. Everybody have a great
no.
day. We'll see
Ketchup.
y'all tomorrow, tonight, The World According to Mike. Make sure you check it out. I do have a song coming up, and then, of course, a big list of our sponsors, followed by another song. It's funny. I loaded up the Foster the People with the Pumped Up Kicks, and then follow it up with Marilyn Manson, Beautiful People. So
That's awesome.
that's awesome. Everybody have a great day. It's a super great day in the fun world. Try to live and experience different things. Don't do the same thing every day.
Yep.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid, because let me tell you, you become a just for funner, and then people will hate on you. Everybody have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Later, Gator.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Oh,